Okay.
You have to stop sharing screen from here. You're sharing screen from here. That's why. Okay. Gracias. Good now. Stop sharing now. This was ready. You should.
EWC. Not that. Let me show you. That's not for yet.
No, it's not meant to show that. It's not meant to show that. It's not meant to show that. It's meant to show. This is the man showing.
How many winners are you getting today?
Just one.
One winner.
There's no more. You're saying exactly. You're fine. Where they have opportunity to win $1 million cash.
In global
Where they have opportunity to win $1 million cash. That's how we get that. I'll show you.
Okay. 1 million USD. 1 month. Total information.
Yeah, but now they are going to win time price.
The winner here is
There's this app. Okay, so
Let me tell you the next slide. We want to start. Let me write it down.
Morning, everybody. Welcome to the Enterprise. I'm first of all, this is the best congratulations for opening finance. So, if you can start. How are you? Oh, have some persons online. For those who want on Zoom, can you hear me? Here, also on Zoom. So the audio is on. Let's just continue that. There you go. How does this sound? How does this sound different? Is it better? I can also hear you. Hello. Technology is a solution can be yeah. Hello. Hello. It's better now. Can you hear me? Joe, better now. From the
Hello? Hello.
Sorry.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you.
We can hear you now.
Can you hear me? It's better? Okay,
Yes.
great. For those of us online, can you hear us? If you
Yes.
can hear, just type in the chat box and say it's clear. Okay. I also think those online can even. Okay, it's better. It's better. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, it's good. It's good. Thank you so much. Yeah, so we're good.
Let's want talk online.
I can hear you now, and I can see you as well. So it's much clearer than before.
Good morning, Madam Ijoma Uzulumba.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
All right. Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, great.
Yeah,
We'll
good
be starting
morning.
in a few minutes.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Monday once.
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Okay, great. We can hear you. We can see you also.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. We'll be starting very soon.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So we're good.
I'm on you. How do I not showing?
So, ladies and gentlemen, apologies. We will now begin the event at 11:30. Please bear with us. Thank you very much.
I'm Jonathan Altmans, and I'm with Global Entrepreneurship Week. Global Entrepreneurship Week is challenging to understand in some respects because it's 35,000 events happening at the same time in 125 different countries. Global Entrepreneurship Week offers you the opportunity to come and test your aptitude. Join a networking event. Come and meet a mentor. Come and experience a boot camp. I'm Jonathan Altman. I'm with Global Entrepreneurship some other element of the startup Entrepreneurship Week is challenging to understand in some respects, and learn about whether or not at some point in your life you may have the interest and the skill to be able to join a startup. And I think this has been effective in allowing people to feel that they're not only driving more of their fellow citizens to consider the path of entrepreneurship in their own countries, but they're learning experience some other element of the startup Entrepreneurship Week is challenging to understand in some respects, and learn about whether or not at some point in your life you may have the interest and the skill. The interest and the skill. Come and meet a mentor. Come and experience a boot camp. Come and experience some other element of the startup community in your city, in your town, and learn about whether or not I'm Jonathan Ortmans, and I'm with Global Entrepreneurship Week. Global Entrepreneurship Week is challenging to understand in some respects because it's 35,000 events happening at the same time in 125 different countries. Global Entrepreneurship Week offers you the opportunity, community in your city, in your town, to test your aptitude and learn about whether or not I'm Jonathan Ortmans, and I'm with Global Entrepreneurship Week. Global Entrepreneurship Week is challenging to understand in some respects because it's 35,000 events happening at the same time in 125 different countries. Global Entrepreneurship I'm Jonathan Ortmans, and I'm with Global Entrepreneurship Week. Global Entrepreneurship Week is challenging to understand in some respects because it's 35,000 events happening at the same time in 125 different countries. Global Entrepreneurship Week offers you the opportunity to come and test your aptitude. Join a networking event. Come and meet a mentor. Come and experience a boot camp. Come and experience some other element of the startup community in your city, in your town, and learn about whether or not at some point in your life you may have the interest and the skill to be able to join a startup. And I think this has been effective in allowing people to feel that they're not only driving more of their fellow citizens to consider the path of entrepreneurship in their own countries, but they're learning and participating with people from other nations. It's really in the hearts and the minds of the individuals in each of these countries. There's a way that now we think entrepreneurs might be the force for change in their countries for things beyond just economic change, that they can actually make the world a better place. The field of entrepreneurship is no longer something of narrow commercial significance. It's something of more cultural consequence. It's something that represents the possibility of human endeavor for the benefit of all. The globalization of startup communities actually gives the world a much better chance at solving some of the intractable challenges of the decades past. So in a sense, we see more citizens trying their hand at helping the world innovate its way out of its challenges. The world needs more entrepreneurs. It's a question of inspiring more people to recognize that it's more important to the future of their societies than they previously recognized. Global Entrepreneurship Week is an idea bigger than all of the communities that make it up, and it represents something that we can all aspire to, which is to be part of one global community of people ferreting out better ways of doing things and improving the lives of our citizens.
For him to be, for them just be here.
So once for the feedback, this was used to provide feedback once they we'll move it around. So for the feedback, once they provide, once you want to give them this one used to speak so that people online can hear. What's that? It's a mic. It's a mic. So that people online can hear. Yes. So is this something I can drop it on?
So we don't have to touch
The big thing I miss about it
Hello. Hello. Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Enterprise Development Center and the Entrepreneurship World Cup Finals here in Nigeria. Can you all hear me with this? Or it seems like you hear me twice. You hear me first normally, and then you hear me from the speakers. So we just have to do this so that the people online will be able to follow what we are doing here. So first of all, I would like to appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for staying with us. We are a little behind schedule. Thank you very much. And to all our participants, please, I want you to put your hands together for yourselves for one reason. Over 10,000 people applied for this, and then you have moved from different stages to be the top 10 finalists. I think you deserve a round of applause. Please put your hands together for yourselves. Thank you very much. Thank you. So today, I know that I am looking at one of the people that's going to bring back to Nigeria $1 million. If you are that person, please make sure you are the one clapping the loudest. Awesome, awesome. So it's going to be straightforward. The pitching session is going to be for 5 minutes. You make your presentation in 5 minutes, and then the judges will have 3 minutes to interact with you, and then we judge and then get the winners or the winner of the competition. So quickly, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to bring forward Dr. Olawale Anifowose, who is the Managing Director of GEN Nigeria, to welcome us to this event.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah. This mic is very different, so you can hold it for me. All right, welcome everyone here physically, and of course to the audience. I know that there are probably hundreds of people watching us right now. Just like Graham has said, it's been a journey. You guys might not be aware, and when I say you guys, I'm speaking to the finalists that are here, that you came to become 10 from almost 10,000 applications, and that's a big deal, right? So it means that you certainly have something that is viable, and we like, let me put it that way. And we like means that you are able to represent Nigeria, but everyone here is a winner. regardless of what happens at the end of today. So I want you to have that mindset of being a winner. Put in your very best, and ultimately, I'm sure that the best of the crop would be the ones that will emerge and possibly be on your way to Riyadh in Saudi in November to represent Nigeria. There's a lot more information which we'll be passing on to you today. And I would only say, without taking too much time, all the best. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Please put your hands together for Dr. Anifowoshe. You are clapping the most. That's very interesting. Okay, so quickly let me introduce the judges for today's event. We have the only woman in our midst right now, Miss Yemi Kerry, the CEO of Heka Bella Limited. Please put your hands together for her. We have Mr. Charles Anyanwu, the Director of Strategy Funding and Stakeholder Management at Lagos State Employment Trust Fund. Please, a round of applause for him. You're welcome, sir. And then we have Mr. Uche Egbuna, the Gen Hub Program Director and also the lead consultant at eLab. Please, a round of applause for him. And then online, we have Mr. Monday Evans, the Director, Enterprise Development and Promotion for Smedan. Please, a round of applause for him.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Good morning.
Okay,
Good
so
morning,
you can
everybody.
hear us, you can see us. Fantastic. All right, so the rules of the game. Your presentation, I'm sure we already have it. And when we introduce you, you stand by this side so that you can see your presentation, and then those online can also see you. You have 5 minutes to make your presentation. And after that, the timer goes off, and then you have to stop. And then the judges will, ask you a few questions for 3 minutes, and then we'll move on. All right. So if you have any question, I think this is the best time to ask. Do you have any questions? Okay, please go ahead. Yes. Yeah, you have a pointer for your presentation. Okay. So I'll hand that over to you. So judges, are we ready to get started? Okay. So the first person who will be pitching their business today is Adedare Oshun Sonya from Farm Global Technologies. Please clap for him, motivate him. All right. So let me get you all the stuff. Are you ready, sir? So your time starts now.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Adedare Oshun Sonya. I'm the founder and CEO of Farm Global Technologies. Farm Global Technologies is Nigeria's one-stop agricultural and agribusiness portal, connecting producers, existing smallholder farmers, aspiring farmers, which are the youth, and agricultural stakeholders to agricultural resources and information. We make use of standard cutting-edge technologies and content creation for e-learning purpose to bring about maximum agricultural yield. It's like a software as a service model. The problem, we notice that if there is lack of communication between the farmers and the youth, then there's farmers are not having enough information so that can help them bring maximum yield. Then there's no traceability in the sense that smallholder farmers can't track produce from the field to the buyer, inability to monitor farm flow, then disinterested use. youth nowadays, they're not venturing into agriculture basically because there's no motivation for them. And that is a big problem. Then all this constitutes low productivity. So 80%, we have 80% of smallholder farmers in Nigeria. So this is the market size. Over 500,000 farmers in Southwest. So we intend to target 20% of this in the next 5 years. Then the youths, we have for 3 million unemployed youths, and we intend to target 2% of this population in the next 5 years. Then the GDP of agriculture is contributing to 24% of Nigeria's GDP. Then this is our solution. This is a flowchart that describes all what we do. As you can see, we provide information and data through our web and mobile portal. We empower and incubate the youth, those ones that are interested in agriculture, making use of e-learning platforms. We have been doing this in the past close to over 1 year now. So we have been making use of Zoom, WhatsApp, and the likes to train these youths, and we have been providing digital content for them. Then traceability. We are going to provide software that will make farmers, whereby when they snap stuff on the plants and the likes, when they snap it on their farms, they'll be able to capture the data and they'll be able to trace the farm flow. Then the marketplace, agro marketplace, we are providing an agro marketplace for them whereby farmers and buyers can meet. So all this leads to the youth, and they'll be able to make smart decisions, increase productivity, increase income, and a sustainable economy. Then the value proposition, the traceability, digital content, multilingual system. Multilingual system in the sense that our short code system, we are making use of USSD code system. It will be available in 3 languages. Then the digital content we are going to be providing too is going to be available in 3 Nigerian languages. Then the traceability. Smallholder farmers can take pictures of all the stages of planting and animal production and record it in our system automatically. And we in turn this one to barcodes. So these barcodes will be made available to public, that anyone that needs this can be able to get the data and make use of them. So we're going to sell this to the public, to those who need this. Then they're able to track and monitor all activities on their farms to the final consumers. Then our revenue model. Our revenue model is in 4 packages. From what we have started so far, we are going to offer free, whereby they will be also have access to some of this stuff, our packages for free. Then the bronze, silver, and gold. So these are what we're going to be providing for them. Membership, 3,000 monthly, USSD code solution, 100 monthly, marketplace, 3,000 monthly, data provision, and targeted external adverts. Then revenue model. These are what we're going to be making every month. So at the end of the day, in the annual listing, we're going to make $912,000. Then this is our timeline. We have won $5,000 grant from Tony Mill Foundation. We have developed our portal. Then we already have a 40-sister training capacitator. Then customer engagement. We have trained over 5,000 youths on free agribusiness awareness, 1,000 registered users. Then show our premium trainings. We have over 410 trained so far. The partnership, we are partnered with 20 world-class agribusiness owners. They have invested $10,000 so far. These are the next phases of the business. Incorporation with IT and by the year 2022. Then the grand launching. This is our team. So each of these team members, they have 2% shareholding in the company. Then our request, we need $500,000 for scaling at 20% equity to complete our member mobile platform, to complete our marketplace, then manpower, expand to other places. Then for adverts. So these are the things we have done so far. These are our training we did the last year, and we did some other too. We went to farms. These are the offline ones we did. These are the Zoom ones we did. So we are not supposed to be using Zoom. The trainings are supposed to be holding on our platform, but because the platform have not been developed fully, so we couldn't. So we have to use Zoom and the likes.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please. We're right on time. It was the last slide, right?
Yes.
Just judges ask questions for this.
Okay. I hear.
But it's here, so maybe you can go first.
Okay, thank you very much for your presentation.
Thank you, Ma.
My first question will have to do with the data quality. How do you ensure the quality of data that people are taking and putting online on your portal?
The data quality.
The data quality.
Okay. The data quality is that our software is going to be installed on these farmers' phones. So because we are targeting smallholder farmers. So once they capture their data, the plants, so it will automatically capture the true AI and IoT. So it will in turn, they will upload it to our database automatically. It will upload it automatically once they snap, and it will in turn to barcodes. So this barcode is what will be sent to people that need it for data. So, and they'll be able to see everything. They'll be able to see all the production starting from the input to the processing to the production and to the final consumer. So all these things will be presented in the form of barcode in the blockchain.
Okay, so it's the farmers that would collect the data.
Yes, ma'am. So,
but you know that your brand will be at risk if the farmers are collecting data that are not of a certain standard or quality, or that are false. So how do you want to mitigate that risk? Anybody can go to any farm and upload onto your system. So is that risk that I'm asking if you have a way of mitigating it?
Once they capture the data, there's a system that can filter some of these data. So we are going to be able to analyze it manually too and see the ones that are false and the ones that are right. So we'll be able to use a technology to filter out fake data.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
I wanted to just talk about adoption of this technology, because a lot of it has to do with that. And I think that there's also a significant capacity development that is required to get the farmers acquainted with technology and then your technology. And how do you plan to, what do you have in place to make that happen? So one thing for them to have the technology, it's another thing for them to actually use the technology. What are the incentives that you have in place to ensure that they use that technology? Because in the past, what I've seen is that people have like extension workers tied to a specific number of smallholder farmers. And those guys who are more savvy and understand the value, and there is an incentive for them, capture this data in a way that it's usable. So this is me trying to introduce another model, a tweak to your existing model. Because if you have to rely on these farmers to use this technology efficiently, and just, to the point that she made, you may get into a lot of trouble. So I just wanted to, get a sense from you how you plan to do this with your own existing. Thank you.
Okay. Can I give you a comment on that, sir? The farmers in Nigeria, the majority of the farmers in Nigeria, 80% are smallholder farmers. And smallholder farmer doesn't mean it has to be a rural farmer. It can be an urban farmer or a rural farmer. But most of them are educated. So this 80% of the farmers, they have access to technologies readily for them. And our market also is segmented in that we are not dealing with farmers only, we're also dealing with youth that can make use of these technologies effectively. So all what they just need to do is that, and they go to the farm, wherever they have the agribusiness owners, they capture the data and it will work definitely for them. Then also, we also have a USSD code solution for farmers that don't have access to Android phones and less. All what they just need to do is send information to us, register with us, and they will be receiving daily updates or weekly update, whichever one they subscribe for. So that one too, they're able to incorporate into the technology. And through our trainings too, like you said, we have to, some of them that can't use this technology, we have to train them too. So those are the plans we have on ground to mitigate the risk.
All right, okay, thank you for the presentation. I think I'm just going to ask more of, based on your competitive analysis. So I'm seeing more of you. You've trained about 5,000 youths, you said.
Yes.
What aspect of training? What was the training about?
We train them on farming activities, starting from plant production and livestock. So we train on cucumber farming, plantain farming. We train on rabbitry. We train on poultry. So like this training now, This thing is not working.
Okay, so 1 second. So the trainings you've done, are they free trainings?
We done free and paid training. We piloted with free training. So we were able to train 5,000 plus youth last year. And later on, we now migrated to paid trainings. So in the paid training, we have trained over 410, and they paid between 5,000 naira to 10,000 naira for our paid trainings.
All right, so looking at your platform, you're trying to connect the farmers.
Yes,
right?
the farmers and all the stakeholders.
Like, so access
together.
to markets.
Yes.
So the market, how have you been able to develop the markets?
We already have this thing in place, a marketplace in place. So the
marketplace, what's the traction you've had? Like, so you said you've been, you're a startup, right? So you existed since, when did you start operations?
We started January 2020.
Okay, so what has been your traction?
For the marketplace, we have not started tractions for it, but the interface is in place. But for the trainings and the information and data, we already have 5,000 plus youths that have been trained. Then for our patrons, we have over 400 youths that have been trained. But for the marketplace, the interface is already there. That's what we have done so far. But because of lack of funding, so we are not able to progress to develop other systems.
All right. So
I would like to show you now the interface. I put it there. Please go to the first slide.
Has it been tested already, the interface, the platform?
Yeah, the first, please go to the first slide. The third one. The third one. The third one. Yeah, that's the interface. As you can see, the interface. So we have developed the marketplace. This is the marketplace here. So we have set up everything in place.
Has it been tested?
So this is the marketplace. This is the where they connect.
I know. So no, I know you. So have you tested the market with this platform?
Yes, we have tested the market with our online training so far. We have tested.
So I know. So you've done trainings, right?
Yes, and 1,000
want to connect.
Yes, 1,000 users are already on this platform. They have registered.
So what are you providing for them currently, the 1,000 users?
Sir?
What are you providing for the 1,000 users currently?
We are providing mentoring and this thing for them and information. That's what we are doing for them.
I'm just seeing more of data here.
Some of them have started and we are helping them to start their agribusinesses. So that's what we have done so far. It's because of time, we couldn't play some videos for you. We could have seen the testimonials.
All right, thank you. No more questions.
Thank you very much. I don't know if Mr. Amondia wants to ask a question.
Yes, thank you so much. Just one or two questions. Of course, hello. I can go ahead now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay, all right. Yes. The first one I wanted to find out is this an original concept? Is it not imitating any existing concept platform anywhere in the world? That's number one. And then number two, in terms of regulatory issues in the economy in Nigeria right now, who are your regulators in the Nigerian economy? And then how are you relating with your regulators? Thank you.
Sir, the second question is, who are our mentors? Sir?
I said, I asked, number one, is this, okay, you got the first question about.
Yes, I got the first question.
I mean, the second question relates to regulatory authorities, your relationship with regulatory authorities. Are you able to meet the regulations of these authorities? And then if you have challenges, what are you going to do to meet those regulatory issues?
Okay, sir. Sir, to the first question, please. I've forgotten.
Okay, I said, is this an original idea? Is it happening anywhere across the world, or you just came up with it, or you're imitating somebody?
It's actually an original idea, but it's existing in other parts of the country, the world, particularly in Africa. Methods like this have been in place in Ghana, like Farmer Line in Ghana, iCow in Kenya. So, but there's no system like that in Nigeria. So that's why we are starting with the Nigerian market. So it's an original concept in Nigeria because there's no platform yet. That's what we identified that we decided to start here in Nigeria, but it's something that is in existence in other parts of the world, like Kenya, Ghana, Farmer Line, iCow, and some other things, some other places too. Then for the regulators are the ones, the technological regulators, the ICC, the normal regulator, technology regulators in Nigeria. Then, because it's not a concept that is already in grand launch, the Nigerian government is yet to adopt because we have not made it open to them. I believe that by the time we made this open to them, we have developed our platform. I believe that our process will be imbibed into the system.
Okay, thank you. Ijoma Uzulumba, you have a question for him?
Yes, I do. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. So my question is around the revenues and the cost. So what's your cost and your revenue projections for the next, say, over the next 2 years? And this is with funding, so how much revenues and cost, and then without funding. So if, assuming you don't get any funds, how sustainable is this? I also took the liberty of going to your website, and for a tech idea, most of the links are not working. I tried to register, I couldn't. So I think that is something that you also need to look at, because you are promoting a tech idea, but I go to the website and I get the impression that it's just kind of made up, so it doesn't look very authentic. So the feedback, you might need to work on that, because this is kind of the tool that you're using for onboarding your farmers and developing the marketplace. So the website is not very rudimentary, and the links are not working. But you might answer the question if you have that.
So for the revenue, when we won the Tornado grant in 2020, and so far till now, we have invested over $10,000, and till now we have gotten over $11,000 in revenue. So the reason why I'm saying, so if we are able to get this $500,000, at least in a month, we should be able to make roughly 38 million naira. That's so everything we amount to approximately $912,000 yearly revenue. So, and it's a system that is pilotable on its own, because of we have tested it with over 5,000 youths already, and they are ready to imbibe it. So if we are able to target like 2% of the total population of 43 million unemployed youths in Nigeria, that's a whole lot. That's like around 1.5 or 1.7 million youths. If 1.5 million youths come on our platform, definitely it's really going to be a big boost for us. And we projected that, okay, at least if you have 5,000 youths yearly or monthly, so we'll be able to make 38 million naira from our platform. As for the website, it might be a network issue, because it's, as of this morning, it's still working fine. All what you just need to do is, when you register, you will log in, and it will not take you to the dashboard I showed the other time, because what you first see is the home page that explains what we do. So for you to have access to those information, you have to register as a user. So once you register and you log in, it will not take you to the dashboard I showed you the other time, where you're able to have access to the old features.
Okay, thank you very much. I
Thank
think
you,
we have spent a lot of time. Please, round of applause.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you. So I think because this was the first presentation, we had to take that much time. That's not the original arrangement. Otherwise, we will not leave here today. So for a presentation, we should not spend more than 10 minutes, 5 minutes for your presentation, and then 5 minutes for Q&A. So judges, please, let's also be mindful of the time. Thank you very much. So our next presenter is Igwe Uguru. Igwe Uguru from Chuya, Africa. Please put your hands together for him. That's forward.
Good morning. My name is Igwe Ogoro. I am the founder and CEO of Choya. I'm delighted to be here. And I'm going to share with you how we intend to build the infrastructure for the African traditional and open market data and activities. This is something that has to do with my background. I was born and raised by both parents who worked and retired from the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics. And within that period, my mom used to go to the traditional market, and each time she comes back, we help her record some of the data. Now, I had to, that was an opportunity for me to learn certain things about the traditional market and also how the data works. Also, that was in 2015, the journey became more interesting. I started my first tech company in 2015 after college, which happens to be a technology company focused on supporting small businesses using technology. And that was also another experience for me. Now, the huge problem is this, from this entire experience, is that the African traditional markets and open air markets is broken. There is no structured data. And today, most small businesses across these markets do not have access to data that can help them to be able to make future business decisions. Likewise, millions of people who access these markets, they cannot be able to predict the price of products across these markets over time, or even be able to know whether a product is available or the quality of a product before they buy this product from this traditional market. Now, this is quite interesting because as of 2020, over 50 billion was spent on food alone by Nigerian households. Now, interestingly also, we see that over 90% of the total food we eat in sub-Saharan Africa come from the traditional market, and is estimated to continue to supply over 60% of this food by 2040, according to VOA Learning English London Science Report. Also interestingly, over 40 million people go through these traditional markets to be able to buy one product or the other. Now, what we are doing is very interesting. We are a search engine platform focused on traditional markets, and we use machine learning algorithm to provide important economic predictions and also help individuals, households, and businesses to be able to identify local sellers and products with the best reviews. So you can be able to access any traditional market and know the price of any product before going to the market, or even be able to know a review product before you buy them. Now, this is how it works. Our search engine allows you to be able to search any product you are looking for across any traditional markets. Currently, we are in Aba and in Ebonyi State. You select the market you want to buy from, and what we do behind the scene is an algorithm that aggregates everything you do and provide it for you as a useful and meaningful information. Recently, we introduced a buy button that allows you to be able to buy from these individuals, in as much that we focus on search. Our revenue model is very simple. We charge $5 annual subscription, and also recently we make 5% commission from local sellers and also 0.2 from our logistic partners. We don't involve in logistics, but we have partners who do that. Recently, we have over 1,000 traditional sellers who are on our platform, over 500 users on our mobile platform. We have one international recognition. Last year, we happened to be the only Nigerian startup that participated at the Alibaba Global Challenge. We are currently making over $3,000, and we have partnership with the Ebonyi State government. Recently, we had interest from Anambra State, we have from Imo State, and from Uyobo. We recently secured partnership with Ebonyi State and a trademark. So this is me, and this is where I have to relate with some of the persons in some of the sellers and be able to see what they are doing. This is our go-to-market strategy, and we believe in partnership.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Very nice presentation. Please put your hands together. You pass you judges.
Okay, so we target businesses. We target businesses that want to buy from this local market, from this traditional market. So
your target audience businesses.
Businesses and households. So households who buy from this traditional market. So we target them, and we also target businesses.
How would you gather data of all the markets? Because it's very critical. I want to buy local fish from Dumota.
Exactly.
I would want to know the price at real time. So how do you gather your data?
Okay, so just like I said, we had partnership with Ebonyi State government, and you can just take a look. So we partner, we have stakeholders we partner with. We understand we cannot do this alone. And if you check one of our go-to-market strategy, what we do very simple is that we can go to any African country as soon as possible, but we want to go local and then win global. So what we do is we have a community platform where someone in Ghana can be able to manage a market in Ghana without us stepping into Ghana. So we use the community approach to do that. Well, we are not looking at going to Ghana now. We want to win locally before we get into global aspect of it. So we partner with government, we partner with bodies, trade bodies, and a couple of other persons. So that's what we do.
Maybe I can try. Let me try and understand. I'm not sure you answered the question. So let. I have to try. Sorry. You're confusing me. Please, Ashley, is anybody hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Okay, so let's go to Ebonyi State, right?
Okay.
And so typically you go to a local market, say a large market.
Exactly.
And you want to aggregate everybody in the market into your platform. So you aggregate everybody. Now, once you aggregate it, it becomes available to everybody in the world. But when people shop, the shopping habit is that I go to my nearest market and buy. So I think that it's important to understand how, even though the information is available globally, if I want to buy croaker fish, as somebody was saying, I'm not going to go to a market from from Lagos to buy croaker fish. So I think what I would like to understand is how aggregating the thing in a local market is now useful to those who are within that space, so that they can maybe shop online or something.
Okay.
And whether if you're talking about scale, it's not about it. For me, I don't think it's about the number of markets you've added, but the ability to add a market, and then the local people are able to use it, and then it becomes useful to them, so that even when you're generating your data about usage, you can see that local people are, when you move them online, local people are able to find value from that.
Okay, so I got that. Thank you very much for that question. So what we do is this: we get to a local market, we have our onboarding people. So we take approximately 4 to 8 weeks to do our onboarding process. Okay. So we also have station in this market. So we just have a small station in this market, right? So that's what we do. And just like what you said, that people can be able to buy from their local market, we have a lot of people buying from above from Lagos. So it is beyond people buying from our platform. And what we do is not just an e-commerce platform. We are not an e-commerce platform. It was recently we saw the need. We are a search engine platform for e-commerce. So what we do is, as you are searching, we turn your searches, we turn your activities into useful and meaningful information for you, so you can be able to know, in case you want to know when the price of tomatoes or shoes will increase, you can be able to get that. Now, we saw the need when people search and find interesting suppliers and say, can I actually buy from these people? That was how we introduced the e-commerce aspect of it. But we are a search engine platform. So if you watch what we are doing, by by 2023, we are looking at launching what we call Choya Data Bank, where you can go directly if you want to know how many people who have purchased shoes in the last 5 years, you can get it. So what we are doing is actually to see how we can be able to organize the traditional data and be able to turn it into useful and meaningful products for the stakeholders. So that's basically what we do. But what we do, why we do this is that we understand other needs and begin to build product, just like how the e-commerce came out from it. Now, interestingly, what made us to go to the global stage for the Alibaba was that our search is not just online. You can do that offline. So we introduced the first searching online without internet. So you can search any products, you can search for the price even when you don't have access to internet, what we call the Choya offline. So that's the innovation around it. And that is why what we are doing is exceptionally different from what every other person is doing.
We have those 2 more minutes.
Okay. All right, so just a quick one. It's more of a search engine, right? You just started the access to the marketplace. So for Ebonyi State, what would you say, is there a strong competitor there?
Okay, thank you very much. Like what we did in Ebonyi, we were able to have an exclusive right to be able to go into all the local markets. So no other person can do that currently because we have been given that right to do that. Now, other persons, what they do is we have competitors. We understand that. So our competitors, what they do is that they use social media, they use Facebook.
Okay, so I want to know, who are those competitors currently they are competing with in the markets you're playing?
So just like what I said, they use Facebook groups. If you know about
are those businesses groups, or are those individuals?
They're just individuals.
They're just individuals.
Yes, who create Facebook groups and say, oh, this is international markets.
Okay.
So they are not actually a company or a platform that actually run it. So they actually leverage Facebook to do that.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
So I think my question was around the real-time data aggregation, or more or less. So if the prices change, how do you capture that so that that information becomes meaningful and is not stale information from 6 months ago when you went to onboard that particular market? So that's where I'm particularly interested.
Okay, so what we do is this. In as much that our sellers can be able to do that from their own end, we understand this market very well. They are busy people, and most times they will not do that. So we have stations in this market. So that is why I explained that we are not looking at going fast. We are looking at winning locally first. So any place we operate, we have little station where we work with most of these persons to make sure that every single day we have real-time prices. And also what we use is also machine learning to be able to predict when price can change over time, and then we can get into the market and then begin to get the recent prices around that. So why the sellers can also do that from their own end. But if you understand this informal market, you know that not all of them actually will do that because they don't actually have the time. So that's where we come in to help them do that. Thank you very much.
Okay, so judges online, Mr. Iwan.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello, you can hear me now.
Yes.
Okay, just one question now. Of course, yours is a search engine, and then it's an alternative to going direct to the market to buy whatever you need to buy. Now, I wanted to find out, because how do you compare people or incentivize people to go to your search engine to search for prices of products and even go ahead to purchase from you instead of going straight to the market to buy? The price difference, will it be useful for them, or will it make them come to your search engine instead of spending the money in the open market? So how do you compare the costs between using your search engine and then going straight to the market? Is the cost difference enough to motivate people to come to your search engine? Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, sir. There are several reasons why our customers love what we do and why they are going to our platform every single day. beyond just affordability, you stand the risk of buying fake products. So you know already that we have a platform that allows you to be able to review a product before you buy them. So that's one of the biggest reasons why people use our platform. Also, it is more affordable. Why? Because we have we use an aggregation model. And what it means is that we work with these sellers and they will give you the price at the best possible price than you going to the market. So you get it at a better price. So we have other value propositions. We are not even positioning with the concept of price as a strategy for us, because we have other value propositions, such as our platform allows you to be able to save money, where you can now be able to use it to buy subsequently later in the future. So these are some of the values that actually bring people regularly to our platform, apart from affordability and price, which is also there for them. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. Ijoma, you have a question for him?
I'm not very clear how this is different from Konga, Jumia, and then I'm also not clear on your logistics in terms of delivery. So those are my two questions to save time.
All right, thank you very much. We are not a logistic company. What we do is actually, we are an ecosystem. Last year, I was privileged to be part of Alibaba Business School. And one of the things we learned was to build an ecosystem. So what we do is an ecosystem where other logistic companies can be able to come in and be able to find business for themselves. So when a seller actually sells through our platform, now we have logistic people who take care of that. So we don't do logistics. But what we do is that we take about $0.2 finder's fee from these logistic people. That is also how we capture value from what we are doing while we continue to build the data. Now, you talked about from the concept of Konga and Jumia. What we are doing is entirely different from what they are doing. Why? Because we are a search engine, and each time you search on our platform, we use this data to be able to provide you useful and meaningful information in the future, so that you can be able to know, okay, I've been able to buy this over time. This is the next time I should do this. This is the next time I should do this. I should save my money now. I should buy it in the next, because there is prediction about the market for you to be able to make certain decisions. So we are not an e-commerce platform. The only thing is that we are looking at leveraging on this data to build useful and meaningful products and services. That is where e-commerce came to play. We are also looking at opportunities like payments, where people can now begin to pay, but we are not rushing into that, because we understand that data and knowledge is what will actually give the next category king startups in Africa the leverage to be able to get into the market. So once we have that data, we can begin to provide loans, we can begin to do payment, but we are not rushing into that. We understand the interesting thing about data, and that is where we focus on. Every other thing will continue to play. Thank you very much, man.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Troya. Thank you for your presentation. Please put your hands together for him. Yes, sir. Okay. How do you know? Yes, indeed. Oh, nice. Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. All protocol duly observed. My name is Omar founder and CEO of Omniscience Prestigious Academy. I have been the school teacher, a headmaster. This thing is not working, sorry. So I've been a principal, headmaster, and a school teacher. And I've been in the education sector for about 10 years, and I was dissatisfied with the system. So I set up Omniscience Prestigious Academy, whose focus is to give digital learning and entrepreneurship to students. We actually started in 2020. We started in 2020, and we're about 20 months, and which our focus is to give digital learning and entrepreneurship to the students. We started with primary school. We also started as a primary school, teaching our students digital learning using Microsoft 365 Teams to teach them, and coding and robotics. So at the long run, it becomes overwhelming. People tell us, like, so people came that, I have a child that finished secondary school. Can he learn robotics and coding? So we discovered that we are met with my management. I said, look, we can even do more. We can reach, because this digital learning involves a lot of people, unemployed graduates, youths, school leavers. And because in the future, these people are working with machines. The digital age is here with us. So instead of us to limit ourselves, why can't we create a department? That was how we created a department, which we bring in, we go out, we meet schools, school owners, educators, that we can train and deploy Office 365 digital learning in your school. And it was amazing, because this year alone, we have been able to train about 400 teachers on digital learning. And we also deployed Office 365 in about 30 schools this year alone. So the problem we are solving is lack of digital learning in school and the high rate of youth unemployment due to lack of digital entrepreneurship and technical skills. So this is a problem we are solving. We also deal with entrepreneurship, because we train the young children. I develop a curriculum, even at basic one. I teach them this is how to do business, entrepreneurship, because we want to change the force of education. We want to be innovative. It's not like in the olden days, I say, when you finish school, the job is waiting for you. It's no more like that. So we train these children that as you are growing up, learn about job, learn about entrepreneurship. So, and the market here is very high. So in future, 9 out of 10 jobs will require digital skill. At present, 40% or 80 million Nigerians between 16 and 70 years do not even have basic digital skill. About 67 million youths in Nigeria are not employed due to lack of digital skills. So this is the market, and we are planning to reach about 30 million youths in Nigeria with digital and entrepreneurship skill. So this is the solution. Our solution is to teach youth, unemployed graduates on digital skill, because banks now are using Office 365, and as a graduate, they employ you in bank. You can make use of Office 365. So we train them also in entrepreneurship. We bring in youth to learn skills, no matter what you study, and we have been able to train about 70 youths on skills like fashion design, like hairdressing, catering, slavery. So these are the solutions we are bringing to the youth. Then we have revenue model. We have been able to train teachers, about 400 teachers, and we have deployed Office 365. I'm a Microsoft trainer. I'm a Microsoft certified trainer. So we train and deploy. So we have been able, in the last 1 year, we have been able to generate a revenue of 11.6 million. So this is the traction. By the grace of God, the Omniscience Prestigious Academy won 20 million entrepreneurship foundation of $5,000, and we have customer base of 450. So this is our traction. Then in the next steps, we want to purchase more digital tools for our institution. Also starting internship program for young school leavers, like young school leavers that are just finishing school. They need to get these skills so that when they go to university, they will then, in the long run, in the long-term school, we want to transform the school into a diploma awarding institution and collaborate with Nigerian universities institution on digital skills acquisition for the students. So these are our amazing teams. This is Queen, Queen is the head of the school, head of administration. We have Mark Barrier, who is digital learning coordinator. He coordinates digital learning. He goes out, application, right to school, our teachers. Then we have Philip. Philip is the program manager for entrepreneurship. He brings in youth that need skills in their career. We bring in them and we train them. Then, so what we are asking for the prize, because we want to do more. We want to impact life. We want to touch 30 million Nigerian youths with digital skills and entrepreneurship skills. These are the two things, because we want you to be self-reliant. I had some experience in job when a first-class graduate came to primary school. He said, please, I need a job. When I discovered as a first class, I said, you're supposed to work in a bank. Or he said, I've waited at home for long. Give me anything. But unfortunately, there was no vacancy. I told her, okay, I'm ready to help you. What skill? Because I have friends who are into fashion, who is into this thing. So, but there's no skill. So we are looking at the future. We want to make sure that we impact life. So this is the product we are bringing. So thank you very much.
Are you a Microsoft partner?
Yes, yes.
Sell Microsoft licenses?
No, what we do. Okay.
So that others can ask.
Yes, we partner. Okay.
Your curriculum accredited?
Yes, we partner with the Microsoft accredited partner. So we train, they give us a code. Like we can issue certificate. If we train now, I can give the code. The code will issue the certificate from Microsoft after the training. I give them the code. The code is not registering as Omniscience Prestigious Academy. The code will be generated to the partner company. But we train, we have been given that authority to train and issue, yes.
So, sorry, your certification, curriculum,
Yes. It's not just accredited, but I created to help some students know entrepreneurship, just to bring some students to understand the entrepreneurship. If we want to be accredited, that means we have to submit it to government for it to be accredited, but it's very important.
Because you are asking for money now.
Yes.
You are not accredited. So
no, accredited or not, then you talk of books, not as, because we have registered with CAC. Yes, the curriculum is accredited. I told you only talk of entrepreneurship curriculum. The curriculum we use in the school is accredited. So it's accredited curriculum is what we use in the school. The entrepreneurship curriculum is what I created because it's not in the curriculum. Okay. Yes.
And then you train.
Yes.
And I'm asking you this. The answer is no. Okay. So the first thing is your statistics, all of those statistics.
Yes.
What are they for? Just numbers, a lot of statistics there. And we don't know if they're factual.
It's not okay. Please, can you? Okay. Yes. Okay. No. This one. So this. Okay. Oh.
The place you said 75 million, 75%, 59 million.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So this also includes digital learning. This 75. This
where you were giving statistics around the number of unemployed people or something. I think that is a
okay. I remember. Let me.
Yeah.
Okay. So okay, about 67 million youth in Nigeria are unemployable due to digital skill. This is from World Bank. This statistics is from World Bank. So I could not read because of time. I'm supposed to start. According to World Bank, there exists 650 million training opportunities with estimated 130 billion market in digital skills with COVID-19 pandemic, forcing businesses to go digital. So this statistics is from the World Bank. So thank you.
Thank you. You also said, minus the training.
Yes.
What is the employment opportunity?
Okay, we have 20 staff, but 10 are permanent staff. Because, yes, 10 are permanent staff, but other one we contract because we cannot pay. Okay.
You're training,
yes,
digital skills, right?
Yes.
Those you have trained,
yes,
what opportunity do you create for them to generate their own income?
Okay.
What partnership do you have?
Okay, all right. What we like schools that we trained, we deploy those that need deployment. We deploy it in the school for the students to learn it, and then we also monitor, give feedback because the deployment costs money. Like, okay, yes.
How many of the students have been trained by your company?
We have trained about 400 teachers. Yes, then what do you say, sir?
How many have you opportunity in different institutions?
Yes, some of them are using it in their different institutions, are deploying it. So they are using it. So because we normally we give feedback, we ask them, you have been in this training like 3 months. What have you done with it? Some said, okay, they cannot, we still need assistance. We go there and assist them, maybe to set up Office 365, or there are other apps, there are other digital apps like Emodu, Seesaw. So we ask them, okay, make a choice. If you cannot, if Office 365 is high for you, why can't you go to Emodu? Why can't you make use of Seesaw? So we make sure that they make use of this digital skill. Even in entrepreneurship too, we also monitor, like the people we trained, we write business plan for them. Thank God, I'm a product of Enterprise Development Center. Yeah. So now that I've come into this institution, some of them have registered. I'm offline activator. So I have about 125, and some of them are my students. I ask them, write business plan. So we don't just train them and allow them to go. We direct them, we monitor them to make sure that they succeed in their business. So that is
okay.
what.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Do we have questions from our judges online? Ijoma, Mr. Monday once? Otherwise, we can move on to the next presentation.
Yes, sorry. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, thank you so much. I just wanted to find out, this is an online thing. You know, people are trained online, digital skills. Hello?
Good afternoon, sir. Yes.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir.
You can hear me now?
Yes,
yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay, all right. So I'm saying this is an online thing, and then training people delivering entrepreneurship skills and so on and so forth. Number one, there are a lot of institutions skill set training. So what are you doing to compete effectively? Because others have government support to do the training, others do doing on that platform. And then of course, you know, digital training is an internet-based thing. So people must be internet savvy. They must have the ability to connect to you on internet. Most times in Nigeria, because of network issues, because of the cost of data and so on, people are not able to latch on to this kind of opportunity. So what are you doing to make sure that people or support people to latch on to your digital platform? Thank you.
Okay. Yes, thank you, sir. Yes, some those issues has come up, like some schools tell me, how do we provide tools like laptop and devices for our students? We don't have money. Students may not be able to buy. Data is difficult. And we tell them, this is for the future, because the future is here with us. So what we do, we have a partner that give these devices on discounted prices for schools that bring, okay, you can pay instrumentally we will deploy it for you. We will give you devices for your school, but you can pay instrumentally. So we have that partnership that we can bring to help them, those that the school that need the devices, and they will pay instrumentally.
Okay,
so
thank you. We are almost out of time.
So
I don't know. Ms. Ijoma, do you have a question for him?
No questions from me. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you so much, Edith. Thank you for your presentation. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so our next presenter is Tunde Adeyemi from the Olivet Global Enterprise.
Sorry, okay. Yeah. Okay.
This one takes it forward. This one takes it backwards.
All right. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. Okay, all right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Tunde Adeyemi. I am the director and one of the co-founders of the Olivet Enterprise. We build domestic biodigester systems for rural women and communities, as well as small farm owners. A biodigester is a device. It can be made from plastic, metal, or any other materials. It holds organic waste, and then within 10 days, it turns that organic waste into methane. The methane actually comes out in the form of biogas, which can be used for cooking or for electricity. And then it also pushes out a waste product called a slurry. The slurry is what we call biofertilizer. It can be used by farmers. But first, let me tell you a story. And in 2017, I went to the village to check on my blind grandma. And during our visit to one of the clinics, I discovered there were a lot of blind women there. So I was curious. I started asking questions. And then I discovered that there is a lot of things that is actually wrong in rural Nigeria, especially with women that are using firewood for cooking. And I did more research. I got more data. And according to the World Bank, more than 100,000 children and women die annually from exposure to smoke from firewood. Firewood actually produces 80% smoke and only 20% energy. And the smoke, it gets inhaled by women. Years of overexposure to it, it actually, it gets them blind. According to the Nigeria Ophthalmologist Society, more than 50,000 women lose their eyesight annually. And according to the Global Forest Watch, rural communities in Nigeria who are dependent on firewood for energy, they have actually depleted more than 410,000 hectares of the forest in Nigeria. And then when we say 410,000 hectares, that is more than 4 times the size of Cyprus, a country in Europe. So I wanted to do something. I said, what can I do? So I did a lot of research. And I discovered that countries like the United States of America, China, Japan, India, they generate more than 80% of their energy and fertilizer from organic waste. And then they use a technology called biomass, which is solely dependent on biodigester system. The smallest biodigester system costs like $400,000. and the big industrial one cost like $50 million. So I said, I want to build one. So I did a lot of research. I was able to build a small prototype. 6 months later, I started getting a lot of phone calls from the village that, can you build this for us? We need more of this. So I became quite busy. So during my off time at work, I was always busy designing biodigesters. And with time, I met with some partners. And then we say, okay, we can start a business with this. So we came up with more solution. We designed what we call the kitchen box. We also designed farm biodigesters and community biodigesters. And then our innovation, it's very simple. You can look, for example, let's look at this small mini biodigester. You just need to open the valve here so you can pour your food waste inside. So once you pour your food waste inside, you lock the valve back, and then you leave it for like 10 days. And in 10 days, biogas starts, due to the airtight situation here, the waste is actually broken down. It goes through what we call an anaerobic phase, and it starts generating biogas. And the biogas is indicated by the inflation of this balloon, which we're actually going to attach to this. And after that 10 days, you can start cooking with it. And then with this, our innovation, which costs just 15,000 naira, to produce this, we spend just 6,400 naira. So with that, we've crushed the price of cooking gas as low as maybe 0.01 kobo. So because you're going to use this for like 10 years, you're going to save more than 160,000 naira annually. And you're going to be generating fertilizer. In 10 days time, what we call the slurry vent pushes out the food waste that has actually, recycled to generate the biogas. It pushes it out, and you can use that on your farm. It is what we call biofertilizer. The reason we call it biofertilizer is simply because it is very environmentally friendly, and this is the uniqueness of our innovation. It is user-friendly, mobile. Even due to the low pressure of biogas, it can be mobile. It can be you can put it in inflatable materials, and it is also IoT enabled. Our market is very big. We have roughly 20 million farm holders, and these are collected from the World Bank and different relevant organizations. And this is our revenue model. We manufacture, we sell, we also do maintenances, and we do hardware support. And we sell to rural women, small farm holders, composting business, rural communities, and others. And this is our traction. I started this as a kind of hobby. And in 2018, I made roughly $500,000 naira. And during the pandemic, when I was actually at home, I was able to make roughly 8 million naira. So I said, this is a business I can actually go into. And this is a future financial projection. We plan to become a 50 million naira business by 2025. And these are competitions. Our competitions are Avinum and Amoko. They are not Nigerian companies. They are all foreign-based. The Olivet is the only company in the world that has made a kitchen-sized biodigester system. Nobody else has made it.
Time.
And these are our milestones. We've empowered different people, and we've accomplished some SDGs. And this is our team. I'm the only male there, and thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Please, let's put our hands together for him. Thank you. Okay, so let's begin from our judges online. Mr. Sunday Ewans Ijoma, you have questions for him?
Sorry, Monday once.
Yes, sorry.
Okay. All right. Of course, what I just wanted to find out is the marketing strategy. That's what I just want to find out, because you need to let people know it, and then they need to compare it with the existing platforms, existing instruments, to know whether it is beneficial to patronize you or do the existing platforms. So what are you doing to make sure that people know about your product?
When we started out to start selling our biodigesters, that was the first challenge we had to overcome. And then we discovered that in every part of Nigeria, even outside Nigeria, at the end of every month, usually every last Saturdays of the month, there is what we call the CDA, the Community Development Associations. So we've been approaching different communities. We just go with a sample. We would have met with the CDA chairman earlier. we go with a sample and we feed it with waste and we leave it. And the following month we go back, we demonstrate how it works to them. And in most of the communities we've gone to, we get a lot of demands that they want this product, they want this product. Also, we've actually partnered with some farmers association like WIFAN, Youth Farmers Association of Nigeria, FADAMA in Ogun State, Osun, and Lagos as well. So we've built partnership with Farmers Association, and they are really interested. The farmers are not even interested in biogas. They are interested in the fertilizer because a 25 kg of animal care ammonia fertilizer sells at the rate of 36,000 naira. And this small biodigester here can give you as much as 25 kg in 10 days, freely. So farmers are interested in this just basically for fertilizer. They want it to reduce the cost they spend on the fertilizers they're buying. So we approach different associations based on what they actually need it for. For rural women, it's just to cook. They don't want to use firewood because of the smoke. And then they want to save costs from kerosene because kerosene is far much more expensive than petrol and diesel right now. So when we approach them, different people give us different reasons. So that is how we actually approach our markets out.
Okay, thank you, Ijoma.
Okay, I just wanted to comment on the product, and kudos to you for this invention. I think it's very innovative. I like the way your presentation spoke to the SDGs, and also you were able to quantify what you've done and the impact that you've made. So kudos to you. I just was wondering around the scale. So what's kind of your strategy? And I think it also speaks to the question that Mr. Evans asked. What is your strategy for scaling and going across Nigeria, if not Africa? And do you have plans in that regard?
Thank you very much, ma'am. Recently, we've been approaching different real estate organizations that we want to come up with a kind of, eco houses whereby the soccerways in their houses, we can design it for them. Because countries like Vietnam and India, they use what we call the dome biodigester system, which is actually built on the ground. So they pass all their waste inside it, and they generate all the gases they use in their houses. A small Tiger generator, we just need to change the carburetor with 600 naira. It can run on the gas, and it can give you, for maybe like, this can't supply enough biogas. It supplies just like maybe 2 to 3 kg daily. But for bigger ones like 100 liters, we do as much as 5,000 liters. For those big biodigesters, they can give you as much as maybe 24 hours uninterrupted electricity on daily basis. So we've been moving around, we've been talking to different professions like maybe builders and homeowners. We are telling them that we can do your soccerway such in a way that all your waste, everything, we design it such in a way that the soccerway does not breathe out. Because for every soccerway that you see, they have some kind of vent that pushes out the gas. So they just want it to breathe because of the smell. Eventually, when they want to actually, suck out the fecal waste, the gas won't be too much. So we design soccerways too, so people can use it to cook. So we've been approaching different associations, so builders. So we're telling them that we can do this for you. Also farmers. That is why we're actually approaching Farm Association of Nigeria, and then we've done some projects with Fadama in Ogun State. For example, there is a place called Gudugba in Ifo. That is in Ogun State, Nigeria. They have a very large pig farm there. And these people, they generate more than 50 kg of pig waste on daily basis. So we approached them about creating a composting business with the pig waste. And they're like, okay, can you build a big biodigester for us? We said, sure. So we've built one for them. So the waste, instead of them dumping the waste inside the Gudugba River, now they're using that waste to generate compost, which they're selling. And then the normal poop they use to constitute environmental nuisance, they're not making money from it. So we keep approaching different associations and they keep referring us around. So, and then for now, we are limited to just Lagos, Ogun, just southwestern part of Nigeria. because of the insecurity issue in Nigeria. So we plan to expand in the future and to reach more associations. Thank you.
Let me just try and understand. So this is the one, the home edition, right?
Yes, 25 liters.
25 liters. So you said when you pour your waste into that,
yes,
you wait for 10 days.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm in the kitchen.
Yes.
And I need to use this.
Yes.
And then I pour in and keep for 10 days.
Yes.
What will I be using when I have to buy multiple units?
Yes.
Okay, so expect me to buy multiple units.
No, you're not buying multiple units. You buy only this.
Maybe I'm not understanding something.
No. Let me explain. You have your biodigester in your kitchen.
Okay.
The only limitation it has is you have to wait 10 days before you start using it.
The first 10 days?
Yes, you just have to wait first 10 days. You need to feed it with waste and you lock it. So when it starts generating gas, the reason I brought this is simply just to simply illustrate. Usually we use inflatable materials for it because this is very crude. So we design any kind of inflatable materials. We'll come to your kitchen, we'll look at your kitchen size, we'll take some kind of measurement. So
don't go too far so you don't waste your time.
All right, so
you haven't answered my question. So that first 10 days, right?
Yes.
I wait.
Yes.
Now this thing is supposed to run continuously. That means how do I keep feeding it with waste? So I can just keep feeding it with waste as present. That's just what I want to understand.
Okay, let's say for day one you feed it with waste.
Yeah.
In day 10 the gas is ready. Your gas tank holder is already inflated. You have signed that you have biogas in it.
Exactly.
The system is designed such in a way that it recycles the waste in itself. That is the reason we have this vent. We call it the slurry outlet. It pushes out the food it has actually used.
Okay.
So when it pushes that out, you have to feed it again with waste.
Okay.
So, and on daily basis, it's not like you're going to generate 25 kg
I don't want to understand how it works.
Yes, so you can be feeding it on daily basis, So on weekly.
I thought that when you pour in one, you have to wait for 10 days.
No. You can be feeding it gradually. The ones it has used up, it pushes it out. So.
Okay, no, that's okay.
All right, sir.
Yes, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you talked to NCIC, Nigerian Climate Change?
Nigeria Climate Innovation Center.
Innovation Center. That's first thing. You should see them.
Okay, ma'am.
How much are you raising and what is the use of the funds?
We want to raise 20 million naira, and the use of the fund 20 million naira. Yes. The use of the fund is we want to innovate this. We want it to look much more stylish. I read something in Wired magazine recently that in America, they're designing toilets of the future, where you just sit, you poop, and you flush it down. And in 3 days, your waste actually becomes the gas and the electricity you're using in your house. So we're thinking in that line too, like, how can we make this thing far much more, we want it to be much more trendy. As it is right now, we're having problem with Lagos, like, getting people in Lagos to buy it, unlike the rural people.
Facility now, producing out.
Yes, we have a facility now.
And how many of these do you produce in a day? Are you maximizing the capacity of it?
I coupled this in just 6 minutes, and that was last night. So
are you not going to produce? Do you produce all of the components or you buy the components?
Okay. We have a partnership with GP Tanks and VP. So they are into thermoplastic construction. So we just give them designs of containers we want. Then we buy the other.
You assemble.
Exactly, we assemble it.
So your 20 million is for fine-tune this for the plastic companies?
No, we are not fine-tuning for the plastic companies. The plastic companies will be supplying us more, more containers. Exactly. So we want it to be such in a way that it's going to be much more, sleek and lovely and smaller and much more portable.
Okay, you want me to okay, you want me to, yeah, I think let's so you have production, right? They have distribution and they have support.
Yes.
So those are the ways you make.
Yes.
So if you want to focus on production, you need to determine how many you need to produce, because as it is right now, you keep saying you talk to associations. That means you go yourself and talk to associations.
Yes.
If you want to scale this, you need to get a point where you can't. I'm just thinking about how you can be producing and how you can be distributing. And even the biggest problem I will have with you is maintenance, because you say you want to maintain it. So if you have a woman in one village somewhere, and the person has problem with you, and the person calls you, how are you going to travel from here to Sokoto to maintain this 15,000 naira?
And for each biodigester we actually sell, we sell what we call an extra support kit. That is why I put hardware supports there. So usually for the kit, for like this, we know the parts that may give our users problem, like the funnel parts where they put something. Sometimes it breaks. So inside the kit nylon, there's a little button up here. It's just 2 inches. So they just need to use all this fufu or eba. But for people in Lagos, we tell them to get gum or epoxy or stuff like that. They will just, put it around the mouth and, they just put it down. And the interesting thing about biogas is it's not as explosive as a LPG. LPG is more of liquid. That is the reason it's very heavy. This is just, it's very light. For example, if you poop in your toilet for like maybe 1 week and you travel, then you come back, when you open it, the gas that actually comes out, it won't explode in your face. It won't kill you. It's just going to be the smell. So the only challenge with if there's a breakage or leakage is just the smell. And that is what we are trying to just fine tune with the grants we collect. So we can create it such in a way that it's leak proof, it doesn't break. So, and if it breaks, so customers can, on their own, they can quickly, make some kind of rectification until we come.
And have your own production plan instead of depending on which.
Yes, we are planning that now. We are hoping that will happen very soon now.
I think for me, you mentioned something around technology. I just wanted to know how that ties in.
Okay,
I saw an app. I saw something.
Yeah, the IoT. We just came up with the idea of we want to actually track the amount of organic waste, the compost it can push out, and the total amount of biogas you can be generating on a daily basis. So what our app does is, when you feed it, we want the users of the app to have a small scale, so they can measure what they're actually pouring in. So once they just, can I go back to my screen? Sorry. So the app, what it does is it just it helps you calculate what you're expecting. So you can know, maybe you can use the biogas for electricity. Maybe it's going to be sufficient for 3, 4, 5 hours. It's just to help you calculate. Most of the customers we are selling our products for, they are not really interested in the app, except the people in Lagos. Some few of them we've approached who are like, how can we calculate? How do we know what to expect? So that is basically what our app does. And it also helps them learn how to use the device properly. This year? Okay, this year, okay, since we started production, we sold more than 3,000 units. This year, we sold over 500 units this year. We sold more than 500 units. And it's just, as at April this year, I resigned from my job. So I said, I want to focus on this full time. So I've been doing this part-time, like I've not fully, dedicated my time to it. So that's the challenge. So, but now I'm fully 100% working on it.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Good day, everybody. I am Mrs. Choma Joyce Agomo. I'm the CEO of UK Omar Designs, and we are into manufacturing and sales of and sale of leather goods and products such as bags, shoes, belts, leather products in general. We also run an entrepreneurial school of creative learning. My business idea came sometime when I was still in 200 level. There was a very long ASU strike, and I was just, just there. Then I had this love for entrepreneurship. I desired financial independence then, and then my husband encouraged me to learn a skill. This was all about my business idea. And my mission is to, provide customized quality products and services for our customers with a touch of excellence, catering for their needs, and, putting all of that into consideration. And this is my vision statement to put an awareness and influence people to use our products. Our problem, we are located in a dense, populated, but very fast-growing rural area. And in this area, we are the major key players. But then people in this area have to travel hundreds of kilometers to get these leather goods and products. And then, aside from that, when those that have gone to get it, they get low quality products and sell at a very, high cost. But the people don't have any option but just than to get it. And in this area too, the women just major more on hair making, and then the other ones on tailoring. So these are the challenges we found here in this area where we are located. And then our target customers are those that are our customers include individuals, both young, both old, organizations, businesses, and all what have you. And our total address market comprised of over 950,000 people. And that's their number in currency. And we currently anticipate not less than 200,000 customers per year to benefit from the solution that we identified to solve. Now, based on the problem that we identified earlier, we decided to save or minimize those in this area, the cost, the risk, and the time in securing this leather good product by manufacturing them to meet their demands. We manufacture them actually to meet their demands at affordable price and durable quality. And then we also create job opportunities for those in these rural areas by the entrepreneurial training we bring to them. These are some of our products we've created to solve so many problems there. And then for our revenue model, mostly for now, what we use as transactional revenue, we do transactional model, direct sales, retail, and our profit are made from the project from the products purchased. And our product prices are based on the cost of production. For example, if we use like 100,000 naira for a production or for a month to run through for a month, we get at least 150,000 back, and our profit margin is like 33%. So at least, and we also sell to about 2,000 customers per year, though the business has been growing organically. And then for our business process, we are neither capital intensive nor labor intensive. And then our manufacturing differs from customer to customer. Some might want customized product, and the others might just want, the random general production. And then we run one day and a shift per day, but sometimes we have to run overtime to meet up with our demands. And our process in production is receive orders from our customers, we place orders for the materials, print on the materials if it's demanded. Our production is carried out, and after completion, the bags and footwears or leathers and as in our leather products are dispatched. These are our strengths. For now, our strength is we sell at affordable prices, we maintain excellence, quality standard, integrity and uniqueness in our products. We will offer customized products per customer requirement. Our promotion will be open to all. We will have both skilled and experienced management team to maintain the business goals. Our products and services will serve all kinds of life. We will maintain strong and reliable customer care units to handle our customer needs and complaints. And we'll run free entrepreneurial skill, like what I'm doing right now. I'm training about about 10 students right now, free of charge. And our weaknesses, we are still new in the industry, and we operate from only one major location for now. For our opportunities, we are going to fully enter into online marketing as time goes on, and then our promotional tools for customers will increase our sales. For threats, we have delay in delivery of our products for now due to many orders to meet up with. For our traction, our business has been on for the past 4 years. We have steady and recurrent customers, and then our shoes seem to sell more than the bags, but even though the shoes sell small, the bags bring in more profit revenue. We are registered with CAC, Smidan, and we have our team. And then currently, We handle the entrepreneurship training in a school called the Mobile Polytechnic or Hafia Saga. We are the ones that handle the entrepreneurship training there. And we've been able to train about 350 people physically and 150 online. And they are doing very, very fine. We are on Google and all what have you for now. These are some of the training sections. And for our next step, our milestone, we'll be establishing an innovative and creative technical entrepreneur where, as the way people are trained, and these are some of the things we really want to achieve soon. This is my team. And then for what we asked for our company to move to the next stage, we want to get so many machines that will really enhance our production and give us perfect and good finishings. And then we want to be able, for now, we only have 6 employees. We want to employ so many of them, create more job opportunities. And then with this, we'll be able to generate more revenue and be able to buy our products at, the more you buy the product, the more revenue you're able to generate.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
And these are some of the privacy.
Okay, let's quickly take questions from judges.
Where is your business based?
It's based at Hafia, Abia State.
Do you have machines now, or do you have molds and machines?
Actually, we have machines, but they are not really giving us the kind of result we really want to have. Very limited.
Yes. So when you make shoes, you have your molds.
Yeah, yes, we have some of them, but there are some other sophisticated ones we can get with good funding.
So in terms of your production, you produce only when you have, do you have volume as, like, do you have like produce 2 dozens of the particular?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, we actually produce on a general scale, but from time to time, we have customers who demand for just as in for customized production. Some of them might want to use their material, some of them their names and not what have you. Some of them want to have their initials on the bags and on their own products. So, but generally, we do general scale production.
So, how many comments if you want to grow, you buy generator set of 2,000.
It is true, ma. I agree. I agree.
So you're based in a rural area, right?
Yes, sir, but we hope to get.
Is your market the rural area, or you want to use a rural environment to produce and then sell to? Because the closest market to you is Aba, possibly, right?
Yes, sir.
And you're doing entrepreneurship training in Aba or something. Oh, okay, it's not hot or something. Now, are you trying to produce in this outfit and maybe sell in Aba or no Maya or Port Harcourt?
I want to produce
Are you
it.
trying to go from village to village and be selling?
No. I want to produce in Ohafia and be able to reach out to the world. Actually, last year, November, I was able to export about 150 bags to Ghana. I got an order from Ghana and I sent about 150 bags to Ghana. Sir?
How did you find it?
Sir?
Did they find you from your website?
Actually, for now, our website is not really doing so fine, but we have to improve on that. But actually, I got that connection through a cousin who have made a bag for. I think she was walking around with her bag and someone asked her how she got the bag because, yes, I made that bag.
Okay, so do we have any questions online?
Before we close, my suggestion is that look, you're trying to do some good work in a rural area, right? But it kind of limits you. Okay. The market I see around you is because if you go to Aba has a large business around this leather and all this stuff. Right? Okay. So I would think that perhaps because you live in that place, you don't need to relocate, but you need to find how to get into the Aba market where they have scale and see whether if you are now producing in that place, you can get into that market so they can sell more. Because it will be difficult to scale if your customers are only people in that area.
My customers actually have not only been people here. I've sent some bags to Lagos to my friends here. I have friends who already know what I do. I do some advertising too on Facebook, but no, I do some advertising too on Facebook. I've had customers from online. Some of them from my Instagram and Facebook page. Yes, I've got so many customers from there. And then I've been doing some online trainings, and those I've trained online also.
I think what we're trying to find out is if you're trying to scale, right, you need to have a proper marketing plan, like a strategy. So when you say, oh, I have friends, your friends are not buy from you everything, right? We also understand that there's a market out there that you also know that exists. And how do you intend for them to create that awareness of the product? How do you think you put it to the market?
Okay, now if I get proper funding, one of my aim, my milestone in the next 2 years would be to, go digital, like go online with very good advertisements, and when you have the confidence that your finishing is very perfect, it just gives you more and it reduces more of the complaints. So with very good funding, we are going to go online, do so many advertisements, and then be confident that we are delivering with excellence, not just, and then it will also help us to produce in mass. There's this platform I am on Facebook. It's called Sprangler. Actually, I've been afraid to post some of my goods there because when you do and it's catchy, people begin to make orders as in high orders. But if you don't get to deliver in the next 1 week, they'll start saying you're a scammer and all what have you. And with what I have right now, I cannot meet up with that capacity. So I've been scared of even trying to, make any advertisement there because I do not have the capacity to meet up with my number of labor and.
Let's take a video one.
Okay, I just wanted to comment on the, this is a very good job that you're doing, and I also align with what the other judges are saying in terms of the competition at ABA near you and how you have to be cognizant of that, take cognizance of that. Another thing is the sourcing. I don't know how you get your raw materials. That didn't come out well in your presentation. If you can throw some light on that. Also being mindful of the fact that it's animal skin. So there is a lot of kind of pushback on that internationally. So you have to show that your sources are sustainable in terms of using animal skin. And then the other thing I had is if you win the grant, what kind of use would you put it to? So what are you thinking of in terms of deployment? And then, yeah, you talked about a lot about your friends and scale and everything, but what didn't come out clearly is kind of like your projections for the next 2 years. Where do you think that the business will be? If you could throw some light on that.
Okay, firstly, I want to say that for my competitors in yes, actually ABA it has a large market, but then ABA is just the kind of market that are just as in populated with people who do not have the time to go online, use some other innovative ideas to really bring about much sale. So, but for me, I've gone through so many seminars and training that I have more ideas on how to really push my market, not just in the States but globally. Then for my projection for the next 2 years, like I talked about my projection, well, I would really want to get a very good entrepreneurial school running where people are trained in leather work and fashion and designing, and they get certification. I really want to, secondly, I really want to train my staffs. I'll employ more staff because with the school running and the company running, I'll be needing more staffs. So I'll get them, create more job opportunities, and then train them. And then in the next 2 years, I would really like to see how God will help me to create other branches in other areas in Nigeria.
Okay, thank you.
Am I missing any of your questions?
I think you're missing the question on sourcing of your raw materials.
Okay.
Sustainability.
On the sourcing of my raw material, for now, actually, because of my limited ability and capacity, I still get my materials from ABA. But I've been talking to a supplier from China who is willing to really get me, as in supply goods to me, but these goods, I cannot just supply them in small quantities. I need to really bring them in bulk. And so I really need good finance to be able to order for these goods. And when I do order for them, actually, when they come down here, it's cheaper for me. It makes me produce more And it makes me generate more revenue too.
Okay, thank you. I don't know if Mr. Monday wants to ask a question.
No, I'm fine with the questions. I don't have any question right now.
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Please, a round of applause for that.
Okay, next we have Victor from Noble Gold Divine Concept.
Okay. Still working. Still working. A very warm greetings to you all. My name is Victor C. Ubes, the founder of Noble Gold Divine Concepts. Now, Noble Gold Divine Concepts is a farm that bridges the gap in the supply of high-yield palm produce, grains, tubers, and we intentionally want to cover the local markets, then exploit the international scene. Now, what is the problem associated with this particular business? At the time I was in a tender age, I was with my grandmom in the village. There is a face of farmers that you look at it, these people are poor. These people, it's not actually, there's a face you see on the face. No, this is a face of poverty or something you don't want to associate with. They have this particular risk, both with pests, weeds, poor storage facilities, and mobility. Now, in Noble Gold, we want to change these particular narratives. Now, the pest itself constitutes over 20% to 40% during cultivations, and 30 to 90% post-harvest. And the weed also constitutes 65 to 95% in the cultivation process. Now, this is our market. The market is very, very demanding. It is estimated that over 60% of maize, tubers, and palm oil are consumed by the industrial sectors, households, in the production of beers, malt, syrups, starch, and other animal feeds. And there is a high demand, but the supply is low. So we tend to increase our productions, and these are competitors. There are already competitors in the market already because of the demand nature of the business. We have the competitors, and we have actually checked where their prices and whatever, how we can mitigate this in Ogun State, in Abeokuta, and in the east and in the north. So the Leventis, the Nestle Milos, and the Dangotes. Then what do we really, this is our solution. Because the storage, the raw materials are there, but there is a very big gap from the farm to mobility, to processing, and the final products. So we intend to store, then bring the mobility. So we need the trailers and the vehicles that will help us to convey these things from the farm to where it will process, then the market and to the end users. Then we intend to proceed in processing, but for now we are already in the raw stage of it with the oil. And this is our revenue model. Now, in the revenue model, this business, like I said earlier, is very demanding and is high in profits. With 1 million, with over 7,000 demand projected from 1 year, we are estimated to have about 10 million naira within 4 years or 5 years. That's our financial projections. If we'll be able to have about 9,000 users. Now, what is our trajectory? Aside this, there's something we want to bring on board, which we call smart farming. Now, we want to develop efficient, self-sufficient, economical production system that will help and produce decent income while optimizing the use of natural resources and the use of weather, that is the biodiversity, because we know that some of these things, the emission of gases, whereby they burn the bushes and other things actually affect the ozone layers. So we want to see a way we can manage the biodiversity and its territory, whereby we produce the real energy efficiency in the food productions.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Your time's up. Thank you.
So this is our next step.
I'm not sure what.
No, is in business. I think it talks about the future. So we need to determine whether it's in business or it's planning to be in business. So
we're already in business. Yes, we're already in business.
What do you do?
We are into palm oil production, grains, and tubers. That's maize. Yes. Yes. Yes.
So would you like to give more time to finish?
No.
So where is your farm located?
We have the farm in Imo State and Ogun State.
What is the size of the farm?
We have about 10 hectares. 10 hectares farm. Yes. Now we start planting by January, we start clearing the ground. Then by already, because the palm oil itself is a very long year demanding. We have already started in business for over 4 years now. This 4 years are 4 years in business now. Yes.
So when is harvest time?
We harvest in 6 months' time. Yes. That's one of 3 months, 6 months. We need 6 months because of hybrid.
Not palm. Let's not mix up stuff. So you have palm that can do in 5 years, right? So only you have the one of 5 years.
Yes.
Where do you buy from Nile or from one of these settings?
Sir?
Where did you buy the? I want to look at the kind of seedling you have for your palms. Is it the one from Nile for the ones that fast growth ones that do in 5 years? I think the fastest is about 5 years locally. Huh? No, he says he also, that's why it's important to understand what it's doing. Because tubers. So if you are clearing ground for tubers,
yes, tubers.
We understand that one is 6 months. But if you're talking about palm, you plant palm and you wait for 5 years.
No, it's not up to 5. Some of them takes up to 1 year, 2 years. So we plant the, that's what I'm saying, we are into palm oil, grains. We also plant all these maize and tubers. Also cultivate the yam, cassavas. You see it. So by the time we finish, we export. But our major problem here is the storage. where we can have a big storage facility where we store these things. That was a major problem. I don't, because of my, these are our team. It's a young team that are seasoned and they are focused.
Then you have a farm in Imo State and you have a farm in Abeokuta.
Yes.
Okay. So 2 farms. So we're trying to look. You are saying a lot of things. We're trying to understand your business. So the farm in Imo State, what do you plant there? Palm trees.
Yes.
It typically takes 4 years or 5 years to get to the point where you can start harvesting.
No, if you are starting out, we're not starting out, we have already been in business. So the plant, you know, you harvest yearly. Some 6 months. That's
palm, is it? Look, I know the palm tree, right? We're talking about the same palm tree, right?
Yes, yes.
Palm tree takes a while to grow. When it grows, you can start harvesting every 6 months. But it has to grow first.
Yes.
And that time it grows takes about 4 years.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Yeah, this is your business. I can't explain it to you. You should understand it. When you plant it, I plant. So it grows. It takes 4 years to grow. The first one. And then you start harvesting. You can start harvesting every month, every 6 months. I don't care about that. Then you have tubers. Say you have tubers, grains. Those ones are the ones you plant during every cycle, every 6 month cycle or 3 month cycle. And we understand that. So you just understand this business. So we can ask you questions. We need to understand, so we can even ask you questions around how much do you produce, what is your forecast, and all that. We're not going to do that. We're just trying to understand your business, first of all. Has anybody understood the business?
I think what he's trying to say is that, you know, because he said he's already 4 years in the business. So I think the palm has gotten to the point where he can now start harvesting.
Yes.
Let me confirm it. You can confirm that.
Is that
That's what I'm saying. Yes, so 4 years in business. We said we harvest 6 months a yearly, depending on the product we are eating. That's the maize and
don't talk about
the palm is yearly. The palm is yearly. The palm is yearly. So you know I have 3 products because I'm trying to bring the 3 of them together. That's what I'm saying.
So all of this thing that your problem is that we need storage.
We need storage facilities.
And you need vehicles to transport.
Yes.
That's what you are asking.
Yeah, because of the demand. So there is high demand of the product, but the storage facilities is very, very low. So that we want to expand our output so that we can be able to supply both locally. Then when we have enough capacity, we can now export nationally.
But what you're saying is that you can't do too much in terms of harvesting and even growing for the tuber because you don't have a good
enough storage facility. Yes.
To keep it.
Yes.
Before you.
So what's the market now? What's the market?
The market is very demanding.
No. How much are you selling now? The little ones that you're able to do without having all that storage.
Now these are markets. We sell at 40 because we tend to sell lower price now because we already have competitors in the market already. So they sell at 45,000 per of this. So we want to sell at what? 40,000. We didn't
want to or you sell
a ton. We sell. That's what we sell. So these are markets.
So, but what's the volume that you've done? The aggregate volume you've done and that in numbers in terms of naira and kobo. How much have you sold now?
We have ended over 7 million naira.
Okay, but you didn't capture it and you didn't make that come out. Maybe that's why everybody was wondering if you have started or if you are still projecting.
Where did you start from? Did you start from Imo State or did you start from Abeokuta?
We started from Imo State. Then we now go to Abeokuta. We also export to the northern part of the country.
No, I'm talking about the farm. You have a farm in Abeokuta.
Yes, and Imo State.
Yes, so you started in
Imo State, yes.
The one in Abeokuta, how long have you been there?
So that's over 2 years now, but Imo State
So
is over 4 years.
What do you plant in Abeokuta?
There's crops. There's cassava, yam.
So the yam and so if you talk about the problem of storage, when you plant yam and you harvest yam, can you take this straight to the market? Why do you want to store it?
So let me get it clear.
Why do you want to store yam?
Because it's also it's a seasonal something, and the pests, and like I said earlier, it's very, very perishable something. So we need a very a serene environment where we can store it against pests and rodents.
Okay, thank you so much. Do we have any questions from our online audience?
No questions from me. Thank you.
Hello? Hello? Hello, okay, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, please, what I've just heard that from this presentation is an entirely manual system and labor intensive. You know, these days where you need to be competitive and then compete with your international peers and so on. So how can you compete with manual systems, labor system without mechanizing your system? I want to understand. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much for that particular question, sir. Because this particular question came in my mind a few times ago because of the digital state of the business and the wave of the future right now. So we intend as well to enter into what we call an app, produce an app where we'll be able to market and bridge the gap. There was something that's the middle gap. These people, you know, because the farmers are not getting the values of this particular product, and that most of them are losing out from the business, and that's why most people are not. So, you know, the farmers will come and produce, the middlemen will now buy the thing and sell in the high price. So we want to bridge the gap whereby we produce an app where people can actually get the product directly from the farm at an affordable price with a high quality. That's what we are trying to do, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Okay, just a quick reminder, please. You have 5 minutes, so please be as clear and as concise as possible. Thank you. Next, we have Ekundayo Babatunde. His business is Cat Hunt Digital International Center of Distance Learning and Continuing Education.
Good afternoon, everyone. I appreciate you for giving us this opportunity. We at Carton Research and Educational Consultants Limited give back to okay. I'm representing Carton. I'm the CEO of the company. We are promoting digital education and distance learning. Recently, we discovered that a lot of millions of people across our country are finding it difficult to access a quality and quantitative education. And so what we did was to think about how we can take this education to them. And we now came up with designing a platform along with ITG in the Republic of Jordan and USA to bring a platform to everybody across the country who want to go to school, but cannot go formally to the type of school we are going right now. So, and with the security situation of the thing in the country now, we do need that type of education, especially those people that are working and those people that are finding it difficult to even have money to sponsor themselves to school or to leave their rural area to come to school. So what we are doing currently is to look for a way of bringing this educational system in a distance learning form to them. And what we are doing different from others distance platform is our own is quite different, that those people that are teaching, you'll be seeing them, and we hire lecturers across the world. So currently, we are in partnership with 3 universities in Abuja: Frederick University, University of Abuja, and Beham University. So what we do is to take our digital board to there, and then mount it there, set up a studio just like this one. We have a camera, 360 camera or 180 in some places. And as the lecturer is teaching, everybody hooking up to it will be seeing it. So what we do is once we are admitted into our program, we give you our platform to operate, can give you the tablet, you use a tablet, or if you cannot have access to tablet, maybe you don't have money to buy it, what we do is, so we have a center where we converge them and they stay. As the lecturer is lecturing, we are seeing it. So, and the essence is that we want people, as many as possible, to have access to education. And so the markets we have currently now is over 200 million across the West Africa and over 70 million across Nigeria. And so in doing that, we need help from organizations in order for us to be able to scale this our product and services. This is the software we are using. The software has LMS, it has student information system, and then student communication system. So all this platform, we use it in order to project the program to people. You can also write on it. Lecturer can write on it. Student can write on it. You ask questions, I have to answer you, and it goes on like that. So the platform, we want to try to revolutionize it to ensure that we take it to everybody who wants to go to school. Therefore, you don't need to come to school before, you need to come to formal school before you become a student and get certificate. You require certificate certified by whether EWC or MBTE. And we have also approached MBTE right now to have our own diploma program where we issue our certificate apart from what we are partnering with other universities. And what we are trying to do now in the future is to ensure that we register, we get our own university, which we call Carton Digital University. And if you check the CAC portal now, you will see this Carton Digital University is under registration and it will soon complete. So as long as that one is complete, we will now convert, we will now merge this one we are doing currently and it will migrate to this one. So we now have a full university that is digital, that anybody can access across the world, anywhere you are in the world. Whether you are working and you want to continue education, you get it. Whether you are coming as a fresher, you get it at all levels. So that is what we are working on now. So our team, we have professors who is currently the director of the center, Professor Jacinta, and we have former Vice Chancellor University of Abuja, who is the chairman board of trustee of our team. So they are working tirelessly every day to ensure that they perfect this solution we are bringing to people in order for us to be able to reach our world. And what we are actually asking for from people is for people to, anybody that wants to invest in these very services we are trying to render in, is to come, or partnership, before a partnership, or even venture capital. So we invite other venture capitalists to come and also come to our aid in order to invest in it. Then what we need, okay. All right, so those are the things we need from whoever wants to come to our aid to respond to what we are demanding for them.
Thank you so much, sir. Okay, do we have any questions from our online judges?
I have a question. Okay, what kind of collaboration do you have with international universities, and which of the universities are you collaborating with? And then can you shed some more light on your revenue model, your revenue streams, and the projections? Thank you.
Yeah, currently we are not collaborating with any foreign university for now. And the reason is that we survey our market and we see that once you talk about foreign university in time of this distance learning, most of our government don't look at it. But if it is indigenous university, once you get your certificate, you know it's from there. They don't question it. But if it is foreign university and you are talking about this learning, they question you where you get it. Maybe you don't even attend the class and all the rest. But if it is our indigenous university, it's acceptable and people want it, most especially government. Then, for now, we, like I said, we do partner with the university, and once we partner with them, we go into negotiation. For example, if their money is 200,000 naira per semester, so we tell them, okay, since we are providing all the lecturers, all those people across the world, we are giving you social amount of percentage, maybe 30 or 35. So from our own, we do pay the lecturers and then service all our machines and move on.
Can I ask why I'm curious, at the end of your presentation, you showed your, I think it's your website or something, and I saw edu.com, so I'm just curious because most universities are using edu.edu, right? Yes. Yeah. So why do you have edu and then .com is then? I'm just curious. It's not a business, but my understanding of distance learning, right? So yeah, distance learning is that's a business. The business is distance learning.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the idea is that you stay in one place and deliver education to rural areas. Especially rural areas.
Yeah.
Right. How do you see the fact that this day more and more broadband is going to rural areas? Because once anybody gets a phone in the rural area today, the distance learning he needs is available for free. Whether it's in Khan Academy or Google something or Microsoft something, they're all beginning to offer these things once you get access to the internet. So distance learning was running when the internet was difficult to get to rural areas, but the internet is getting there. So how is this a business going to scale in future when, as Nigeria is at 30% broadband penetration rate, right? I think the target now is 50% or something. So especially in the South. So if you're focusing on the South, and most parts of the South, broadband will reach there soon. One form of broadband or another will reach there. In which case, all you need is a device, like a smartphone, to get connected to the internet, and then this has become available. I'm just curious as how whether you are aware that this is what is happening, so that they are not projecting to a future that in the future the way of delivery of learning has substantially changed. You understand? I don't know whether that makes sense for you.
No, even up to now, people are still going to university, even though we have distance learning. But what we are trying to prove here is that we are bringing the different way of transmitting knowledge to people, even though it's a distance learning. But you, like for example, now what you are doing now, my wife is watching it right at home. And if she's allowed, she can hack you. So, but the distance learning you are talking about is for sitting down on internet, answering questions, submitting it and go. No feedback. We are going, our own has feedback. You can ask your lecturer, sir, I did not understand this, explain, and we explain to you.
I totally agree with
so,
you.
So that's why it's very different. Sir, let me call sir.
This thing you're talking about now is no longer called distance learning. So perhaps you should explain to us what they're talking about is available, and I agree with you, it is. But I don't think it's still called distance learning. Because it's available everywhere in the world these days. So distance learning connotes where they have, those who have. You can't extend to those who don't have by using some technology or the other. So I don't know. So perhaps I don't understand what you mean.
No, that is distance learning. You are not physically present when the lecturer is. For example, I said that we can even have lecturer from US that lectures from the program.
Because we will do distance learning, right? That's what we will do. Everybody is doing it. Anyway, so
okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Do you have any other questions from the online version? Some of these no? Okay, thank you.
Hello, I don't have any questions, please.
Okay, thank you, sir.
quality of analysis is very
Okay, thank you so much for your time. Next, can we have Adiola Ali? Her company is One Health Nigeria Limited. Okay.
Hello, everyone. My name is Adiola Ali. I'm CEO and co-founder of One Health, Nigeria's mobile first healthcare platform. But before I start, I'd like to introduce you to Ms. Badmus. So Ms. Badmus gets some symptoms, right? And she goes to Google like most of us would do. She finds out for herself that it was malaria because that's the first thing you probably think it is. She then goes to the pharmacy, she meets a pharmacy technician on site who did not question her, gave her the medicines, and she went about her way. Obviously, that didn't work, right? Eventually, she came back next time and she was properly referred to speak to a specialist, but it took her about 2 to 3 visits to see somebody and about 3 months waiting period. And they gave her lots of different drugs, which wasn't properly explained because they kind of gave her the medications and she went her way. She took them, sometimes she didn't because it was out of stock. She changed it to a different brand because the pharmacist said it's the same thing. She eventually just stopped taking it altogether. And what happens is she died suddenly. So you know the sudden deaths that people die, that's pretty much very typical of the average Nigerian. The journey to quality care, the barrier is humongous, right? And there's so many barriers in accessing quality care. So why is this so? So according to WHO, about 50% of deaths in Africa will be as a result of unmanaged conditions like asthma, diabetes, and high blood pressure by 2026. And when you think of it, we only have 23% of essential medicines readily available with just 1 pharmacist for 50,000 people, when the recommendation is 1 for 1,000, and just 1 doctor for 5,000 people, it's a major problem. So at One Health, your mobile first healthcare platform, we're empowering every African to take charge of their healthcare from the comfort of their home. So we're providing them access to life-saving medications, access to healthcare information, and vetted providers. And how does this work? By logging onto our website, onehealthng.com, you get access to medicines, access to speak to pharmacists online and chat with them live. You can get access to our blog because we're very heavy on information and having the right information. But not just that, now, if you do need to speak to a doctor, we have our in-house vetted doctors that we can refer you to and they can book a consultation for. But in addition to all, the simple strategy to launch, we're saying that we are leveraging data and we're gathering as much data to manage a healthcare patient end to end. So when you look at the different access points from awareness to adherence, that's by understanding what they're coming in for. We are looking at search algorithms, product recommendations, and machine learning from simple questions that they ask and having dialogue flow to be able to churn out the right products for over-the-counter medications and to be able to refer them to the right doctor for their condition, and all the way to adherence. So developing personalized dashboards and tracker system to remind them of when they need to take their medications or when they need to see a doctor. So when you think about the size of the market, e-commerce is growing. And when you talk about e-commerce, not just the regular going online, you're thinking about social commerce. So WhatsApp, Instagram, it is growing. That is the convenient way for people to shop right now. And pharmaceutical size about 3.6 billion. The combination of that, like 0.05% of e-commerce and about 1% of pharma, we're saying that the market size for One Health is huge. It's about $1 billion USD. The internet penetration is about 60% and it's growing, 20% wellness. Products, people are looking to wellness products and it's about growing about 20% year on year. And you have 76 million online shoppers. So we're pretty excited about this space. Our business model is simple. We make money off of a margin on the product. But we are introducing different provider partnerships, and that is by having access to specialist doctors, where we just make markup. It's usually 100%. So and it depends over time. Right now, it's pretty much flat, but depending on the specialty of the doctor, we just add that markup to that, and that's what it is. But next, as we're starting to understand that there's a lot of geriatric care needed for people that are living abroad, and there's a need for repeat prescriptions because most of our customers are starting to ask, can you help me get medicines to my dad? Or can you help me ensure that it gets it regularly? We're looking at the repeat prescription model. So we're not just getting our revenue from pay-per-use, but we're having a system where tomorrow you have your drugs, next tomorrow you have your drugs, next month you have your drugs. It's not going to be stock out every time you go to the pharmacy. So have a model on that as well. Attraction, we launched with our physical store in April 2019. It was just kind of just to understand what was going on. But quickly we realized that it was always obvious that we wanted to be more of a digital platform and leverage technology and kind of automate the nuance of just having subpar professionals when you go to a pharmacy. And when you talk about the big brain drain and the quality of care of medics and pharmacists, we just want to be able to control that. So we went online and we've seen a tremendous growth. We've grown about 40% revenue from 2019 to 2020. We've doubled our website orders. We're delivering, we have logistic partners as well as our in-house logistics, and we've delivered in several states. Right now we have about 40,000 users on our platform that come in there. So not just paying users, but users that are interacting with us regularly at every point in time. And we're seeing a different growth. I mean, we've been in different accelerators. I'm just gonna highlight the ones that we have right now. Ooh, wow, okay, no problem.
Who are your major?
That's a good question. So because when you think about the traditional way you buy your medicine, you're going to go to a Health Plus and Med Plus. So those will be our first competitors, right? The traditional competitors. But for us, we are not trying to be pharmacies everywhere. We're trying to have a platform where you can buy stuff, and we're trying to gather information to prescribe the right information and right drugs for you. So our competitors will be a regular retail pharmacy. There's a bit of telemedicine in our business model. So we think of the telemedicine providers. I mean, the Tremendocs, there's several of them. Because, I mean, since COVID, people have had to find ways to deliver care online. So those are our competitors, but they're playing in we are more pharma because we understand that the product eventually is what, and people will tell me that if I go to doctor, I'll speak to doctor, 2,000, 5,000, 15,000, I'll pay registration fee, I'll pay whatever. I still just want my drugs. So how do we help them get their drugs in the right way? Because the first point of call really for the average Nigerian is the pharmacy. Yeah. So you upload the prescription to a prescription item. So take prescription required, and you have to give it to us at either dispensing. So when we deliver it to you, you need to show it or upload it into the system. We wouldn't allow you to pay until you confirm. So I mean, I'm a pharmacist by training, and so we have to follow the laws. No, you do not. Most of the products that we do have on our website are over-the-counter items. The prescription items will require you to upload the prescription or show evidence of a prescription. So we have different different click-through WhatsApp buttons that allow us to call you and say, this is the prescription. Can you show me a prescription? Or can we have a conversation about why you need this item before we dispense it for you? So we have to follow the laws.
So in delivering your product, so I'm a sick person, right?
Okay.
I come to your website instead of going to doctor. Is that what I should do?
Sorry, say that again. You come to our website.
So if I get sick, I have a headache, I come to your website instead of going to the doctor.
Yeah, because most people are looking for, so you come to our website, you probably think it's already Panadol. So maybe.
Yes, so I come to that place. I'm not going to buy Panadol. I come and then an AI and algorithm tells me that my headache is.
It's truly headache, and maybe you need a combination of this and that.
Yes, and then I order it, right? And remember, they are competing with me walking down the road and going to Health Plus.
Absolutely.
So I now order it, and you want to deliver it to me within how many hours?
So
because
right
I have
now,
a headache, right?
Yeah.
At that point.
Oh, absolutely. So I get your point. So your time to deliver, like time in full.
Yeah.
So right now, and we've solved for that in the short term, because the model is not to try to deliver within 2 hours. We know that's not scalable. The idea is for us to be able to say, do you have any other condition that we can manage for you routinely and get your medicines for you? So in the meantime, though, because we understand that people just want, they're like, your online pharmacy, the reason I'm going to use it right now, I need it right now. Our own in-house target is to get it to you within 4 hours. Now, it's not always the case, I must confess, and we're trying to mitigate that. And the way we want to do that is by partnering with our vetted pharmacies, as well as our own pharmacy, and have our own logistics for our own, because One Health has a physical pharmacy as well, and try to have them very stationed when we map out our demand, and we'll see how we can get to them within 2 hours. That's our goal. But the idea, we really understand that it might not be scalable. So the idea is for us to be able to be your companion over time for the medicines that you're using regularly.
So I see the opportunity where we talk about telemedicine. I'm just wondering why, well, of course, if I have like I would have talked to a doctor. That's my own opinion, right? So if I'm going to go to like, a training doctor, I would rather if the doctor was referring to your own brand in terms of taking them prescription drugs.
Yeah.
So I would think more of a partnership there than expecting the Nigerian that is not difficult to do that want to go over the counter to come straight to your own brand.
Absolutely. And Treatment Doc is actually my friend, like I know them, the founders. So we are working on, so that's part of our model, like market strategy, is to have like our vetted prescribers, either they have the platform and we're able to integrate with APIs for them to transmit their orders to us with HMOs as well. And we're working with the APIs backend. Also to have, and in terms of scalability for logistics, to have our in-house, but we don't want to be a logistics company forever. So what do we do? By having a partnership, short partner, right now, go cut that backend. If an order should come in, I can literally automate it for them to pick it up if I'm not going to use my dispatch. So the idea is, yes, to build an ecosystem that allows me to leverage partnerships to scale. Yes, I mean, that's part of the having a doctor on our platform. So it's not necessarily my own doctor. It's the doctors I know that they specialized in ensuring that they have enough doctors for the patients that come on our website. And we're realizing that in terms of like just visibility and access, we get a lot of users coming on the platform. So like, this is actually like, people are searching, and our SEO, we've been very good with it. I mean, we're top ranking. So how do we leverage partnership? Because people are looking for care. They're always looking for stuff. Emergency care, I get calls on my phone. I need emergency. So I can't service everybody. I have to niche on one. So I leverage partnerships. Yeah, with the physical store. Okay, so we are 2020 was about 25,000, 69,000, about 25 million. And it wasn't, we had not really launched per se. I mean, our proper product, like online product, launched in 2020, August. And since then, we've been kind of just iterate, very organic. We haven't really done any large marketing because for us, we didn't want to be an e-commerce only site. We are trying to be more of an aggregator data and the place that you come for health and know that this person can fulfill all aspects of your health. But yeah, we've grown since then. Now we've seriously just focused on online rather than before. We were trying to do a bit of online, offline, wholesale. A lot of our revenue from 2020, and I'll just be honest, came from COVID, like just trying to supply thermometers, sanitizers, en masse, right? But now we're trying to really figure out that online piece. There's a bit of, okay, are we going to stick to B2C, B2B2C? Like, you know, is it scalable? Because if somebody comes in and buys 5,000 naira, 5,000 naira, how many, is that going to give me the revenue I need for my investors? Because I have VC investors now for like Series A. Like, how would that work? So we're just trying to fine tune that, but we're excited about this space. Absolutely.
Can I look at your founding team?
Sure, of course. Okay. So this is myself. I'm Adiola Ali. I'm a pharmacist. I was trained in the United Kingdom for 4 years. I worked at CVS. I worked at the co-op. They're called Wells now. As Tesco Pharmacy. I was a pharmacy manager before moving to the United States, where I worked at Emory Teaching University Hospital, the outpatient clinic pharmacy. And then afterwards, I worked for CVS majorly before moving back to Nigeria. I'm also an MBA grad. I went to IE. I literally just finished that 2020 December. It was really important for me because I came in here really wanting to understand what was going on with access. So I talked about Miss Badmus. That's an aunt, to be honest. My son couldn't get inhalers when I moved back. It was a problem. I had to get my doctor to keep importing it all the time. So me trying to understand that what was going on, but I realized that obviously we needed funding. There's a lot of the startup venture culture that I needed to pull from to be able to get access to funds. And Nare is also a computer engineer. So he's worked for different companies, building brands, GE, Motorola. We have tech advisors, several advisors. Dawn is a tech advisor. She's actually the director of technology at Curve. Curve is a telemedicine platform for for hospice patients, so people in care homes and things like that. So that's what she does. She just builds the technology out. We have other advisors that are not on here. For example, Adia Soho, she's now the CMO. She's an equity advisor as well. And we've raised so far about 270,000 USD. We're closing in on some more. We're trying to get to 500 for seed. So yeah.
Thank you so much. Wait one second.
Okay.
Do you have any questions from the online classes?
Yes, I have a
Hello?
question. Thank you very much.
Hello?
Just in terms of reach, how does this work for rural Nigeria? Or is that maybe not your market segment? Because you started your presentation talking about access, Nigeria, health, but speak to
So
it.
for us, it's not a go-to-market strategy at the moment. We're targeting people that have data, can go online, and can purchase. So now for the rural areas, though, we're targeting their children, and usually through WhatsApp groups that happens, and to be able to provide their medicines for them regularly. And now how that works is where we start to expand to the cities within the rural areas. So for example, now I know Oyo State has been, Port Harcourt is a major market for me. Abuja is a major market for me. Oyo State is a major market. So how do I have partners, even pharmacy partners, or I have my own distribution suite there to serve them? But right now we haven't yet figured out the infrastructure to deliver inside rural areas. We're hoping with penetration broadband, we can start with information so that they even know what they are taking or what they should be buying, right? For that, as we try to figure that out in terms of distribution, yeah.
Thank you so much. Mr. Mande, if you have questions, sir.
Hello? Hello?
Can we, sir?
Hello?
Yes, sir. Hello. Can we?
Okay. Yeah, good afternoon. Yes, my first question has been asked and answered about rural penetration. The second one is issue of related to for instance, if any of your patients that comes online to request for your service has an issue related to, for instance, you need to do a lab test. For instance, you need to do whether minor or major surgery. So how do you handle that?
Yeah, so our customers are typically people that need some form of over-the-counter treatment. So like I said, headache, pain, we get a lot of sexual health questions. And what we do is more of customer success after that. So once you buy your medicine for headache, we follow up to say, okay, what else do you use regularly? And how do you do that? And we onboard them. And so once we start to manage the medication and start to manage the medication to try to see if it's being controlled, we then pair them up with our doctor partners, our prescriber partners, and that's how we leverage that. Because we do know that they need tests and they need to do all of that for you to be holistic, and that's what we're going to develop over time. But right now we're focusing on pharma and then leveraging partners because it's a lot. It's a lot to try to do everything. So we're just focusing on the drugs and ensuring that they have the right partners to help them with the other services that they may need.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, now we have our last presenter. We have Mr. Egba Emmanuel. His company is called Contentionary.
So this forward and back, right? Good afternoon. My name is Mario, co-founder of Contentionary. I just want to paint a picture before we start. Imagine that you can access everything you need to get yourself equipped for tomorrow's tasks, be it exams, be it any engagement, as long as it's career related. Imagine that there's something that you know that they are verified and they are viable. So let's look at this in another way. Imagine I'm subscribing to your channel in YouTube because you have basically things that are needed to take me to the next level in my field, things to prepare me, things to make me better than my peers. So as young graduates, we observe our peers constantly looking for verifiable, viable content to help them prepare. Even when they are prepared, they still want to get past questions. They go to Google search past questions to be this, past questions on that. So many search all here and there just to get themselves fully equipped. Then on the other hand, we observe that there are professionals, examiners that really have this content, not necessarily limited to online course like videos. They have these things that would take them to, they have this content that they want to share to people, contents they want to give out to their subscribers. And also, at that same point, these people want to screen people. They want to screen people that are close to them. So they're either professionals or examiners. So we looked at that, we're like, okay, let's come in, let's build a bridge. And then we built Contentionary, a digital marketplace for testing and preparing the global workforce and students for better competitiveness. Meaning, I get to Contentionary, I go to a center that I prefer, or I want to, or I've heard about the person that owns the center, and then I have access to whatever he has made available to me. So this could be courses, this could be videos, this could be publications, templates, or exams. So we built that system. So in Contentionary, I am actually a subscriber to your center just because you have this preparatory content for me, or you want to screen me for something that seems to be what I need for the next level. So we launched last year, and we've had tremendous tractions that has really proved to be like, okay, this is the real deal. We launched last year. We've had relationship with Ministry of Education, Rivers State. We've conducted screening exams for Ekiti State College for over 4,000 professors, 4,000 academic and non-academic staffs. We're currently conducting exams for HR firms. Closed journals are using the platform. So we are barely 8 months old, and we've generated over 6 million in revenue. Now, these are a revenue model. You come to the platform, you create a center, you attach a price to either your center or your content. Meaning, if you attach a price to your center, I will pay to access your center, then have your content free. Or you make your center open, then you pay, you can attach price to your content. So we take commissions from every of these sales. And then we decided to like, okay, for someone that comes into the platform and does not know that Mr. A is good in this, if he wants to subscribe to the premium model where the instructors can also introduce their content to the premium center and access stuff. So with that, someone can subscribe to the subscription model. And then for the exams, we made it possible that people can do both public and private exams. They are remote exams. So for the public exams, anyone can take the exam. It's free. You can set your exams in minutes and everybody takes the exam from the home. But if you want to make it private, you have to pay because we have to send mails. You can use our Protalk technology to monitor all of that. So if you have to pay for that, you pay for slots based on the number of candidates you want. But for the free exams, for the private exam, they are free, but we run at intervals. So most of our clients so far have preferred the private exams. So tractions, over 150 exams conducted. We've had relationship with NAPS, the body in charge of providers in private schools, which during the COVID period, the lockdown, we did a competition for all private schools in Nigeria, over 200 schools in partnership with NAPS to use the system and all of that. So we also partner with Rivers State University during their post-UME. When the students come to apply for the post-UME, we give them an access card for them to practice with the exams and all of that. So next step, probably this is the first time we've been attacking our markets organically. We know how to reach out to the stakeholder who owns the center by direct means, they are going to reach out to people that will come into the platform. So we don't necessarily go out for subscribers, we go out for people that will create, because our North Star is the center, the activeness of a center. So the more centers we get that are active, they would automatically bring this set of people. So far, we've had zero acquisition rates. We don't pay to acquire. So we reach out to people we know that they have this thing that people will need. We reach out to HR firms, we reach out to schools, we reach out to publications. As long as we know that their centers are going to be active, their users are going to come. And interestingly, you can also integrate your center as an API to your own website, where your users can take advantage of what we have from your website. So we're working on our mobile app, but currently we have a responsive system, and then we're trying to launch a proper media campaign now. And a team of 8 persons actively working, 4 co-founders, and that's it. Thank you.
Do we have any questions, please?
Okay, so from the onset, when you spoke about the platform, I thought it was an app, but it's now I hear it's not an app. So I just need a little bit more clarity on that. But another question I needed to ask is, so if you're depending on the centers to onboard the end users, what is the need for those centers? Why do I even need to bring people onto a platform where they may be exposed to other people who may be doing something better than me and then jump ship? So I just need some clarity on those 2 things.
Okay, thank you. First, it's an application, so it's mobile responsive, but we've not built the Android version. So it's currently ongoing. So practically, we can even do that in a day, just to build the container kind of app. But we want to build a proper native app. So we're looking at next month, everything should be done. But currently, you can use it even without knowing that it's not really an application, like a mobile application built with native programming language. So that's it for the first one. Now, the second one is based on what we realized, like in the marketplace model, you have to consider the chicken and the egg. Does not necessarily mean that we are not looking at affecting or catching the subscribers, but we know that they can't come to a platform that is empty. So in terms of our penetration strategy, we had to look out for people that own the center, people that centers they already have this audience, but if they come, as long as they can use a whole lot of stuff, because we can boost, like our exam engine is like the perfect exam engine.
I know that.
Yes.
But my question is, what is the need for the center? Because I hear what is the need for you when they come, but what is the need for them when they come?
Okay, for the instructor.
The centers, what's the need for the centers when they come on your platform?
Okay.
They already have traction. They're doing very well by themselves. So why do they need to come to your platform?
Okay, so far it's been interesting, because if I'm selling in ShopRite Lekki and someone is telling me to come to ShopRite Ikeja and create an extra shop and sell more, so I don't think I will reject because I'm selling in Lekki. So what we have used is that strategy. You're selling here, good. We have these persons who will be advertising to a lot of persons. You can crawl other persons' user because there's a marketplace. So if I see your content, if another user comes for another instructor, he sees your content, it's still coming to you. So it's not about your site is limited to people that know you, but we are creating a marketplace for you. So beyond people that know you, that can access you here, someone that is seeing Mr. B can also access you because it's a marketplace. So it has really fallen well for us.
My question is around, so you have made a marketplace, right?
Yeah, we have a marketplace.
And you have talked about places where you made money. I'm trying to relate how you're making money now from where you want to make money. Because we are partnering with USD, they're partnering with the state. They didn't come to your platform, they didn't come to your platform to register themselves. You went to them. So the way you're making money now is not from from the platform you're trying to do.
No, it is, sir. What we did, our first users were more like our beta testers. So we reach out to companies that were recruiting reach out to a whole lot of HR firms. We just went to job man and crawl a whole lot of people that are recruiting. I started calling them, use this for free, give us your feedback. Use this for free, give us your feedback. So with that, it was free and they were using it. And so word of mouth, we just got a call that, okay, we'll have something like this, how much? At that point, we've not even added the financial, we've not added the price tag to each exam, but they knew it was a sensitive exam and they just went ahead. How much is it going to be? And so we just had to rush up something and create a model for them. And then we actually lost because they said just few hundreds and it was over 4,000 pesos. So, but at that point, we just wanted to do that and we went through that process. So, but for now, the next phase is actually out there. Let the system crawl the person's back. As much as we're doing the same thing, we have a dedicated staff. All she does every day is to crawl all job listing sites in Nigeria. Just keep searching and keep calling them and introduce the freemium. The freemium to them is normal. So an exam that is not really too serious, someone can use the freemium because it doesn't care if ads run through one question 1 to question 2. But a proper exam that, okay, I need to send them an invite through mail and all of those things, using our product technology for all of these stuffs for webcam and all of that. So with that, they have to pay. So that's how we've been able to organically grow so far.
How do you filter all the content, the podcast, and everything?
Okay, the admin portal makes sure that no content goes public without reviews from the back end. So you can upload instantly, but it becomes private by default. But immediately you click the button to make it public to the audience through what we've provided, you will wait for us to check the kind of content you are putting. But as a marketplace, there are disclaimers of copyright. So immediately we receive any reports, there are report buttons on every content and review buttons. So immediately we receive any reports, we pull down and then go through search before we upload them back. But currently, no content comes to the system and becomes public to the audience without going through the back end. So there's an approval button from the back end, and that's like automatic.
Thank you so much. Do we have any questions about online learning?
None from me. Thank you.
None from me. Thank you.
We have come to the end of the entire presentations. Thank you. Please, participants, put your hands together for yourselves. I think you have done fantastic. So we'll just take a few moments and then let the judges collate the results, and then we'll come back to announce the top 6 and then the winner of the Entrepreneurship World Cup Nigeria. So let's just take about 15 minutes, stretch our legs, just move around, and then we'll be back. Thank you very much.
Hello, sir. Hello, ma. Can you please send your grade? Can you please send your recording and your results?
I'm sending it now.
Yes, I'm calling you.
Yeah, hello. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great.
Yeah, hello, I can.
Okay, so Ijoma first, who are your top three?
I'm still trying to add it up.
Okay, that's fine. Mr. Evans, your top three?
Yes, I'm adding now. Sorry.
Okay, no problem.
12.
This is omniscience person. I don't understand.
Hello.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. My number one is One Health.
Number one is One Health. Okay.
One Health Nigeria Limited. Then 2 is Farm Global Technologies.
Okay.
Then 3 is Olivet.
3 is Olivet. Okay. That's fine.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Number 1, One Health.
Yes.
Number 2, Farm Global Technologies. Number 3, Olivet Global Enterprise.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right. Will you be needing the marks? The scoring?
No, it's fine.
You don't need the scoring?
No. We just need the top 3. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Is it here they are streaming the other one? Where? So that means the other platform. There's another platform that you are talking about. I don't just understand.